for those. So yeah. And obviously you've got your eyes inks, you've got something different there, whatever. So you could categorise them, and you could even go to the extent, if you wanted to, Hayley. I wouldn't, because I would never get them back in the same slot twice. But you could put your colour on there if you wanted to, and you can actually put them back where you want.
That way you know that if you're missing any now, you've got enough compartments on this particular one for, I think it's 44 of your little blending tools, if you pop those in there.
Oh,
and the other one, it's 52.
Fantastic, thank you. That saves me counting.
It does indeed.
But yes, but fantastic. You're getting both of these, aren't you? Yeah,
brilliant value for money. And at £10.90, that's for both of them. It's not either or. You are getting both of those. Perfect as a gift for somebody as well. 102820. And again, don't just use them in your craft room. I'm sure there's lots of different ways you could be using those in garages, sheds.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. So I mean, yeah, pop your tools in the shed on those. There's no reason why not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
now,
this is
what
handy.
Have we got here?
So you've got a paint trace, but of course, again, you could use them for all different things, really. So what you've got two. You've got enough. So you've got 12. Is it 12?
Well, we've got 16.
No, 16. Sorry, yes. So 16 and then 32. So yeah, really, really simple to make up again. I think Mark's going to demonstrate one of these tomorrow. Of course. You could buy several, stack them up, because you can see here, they stack on top of each other. You've got this little notch here. So wherever you see this little notch on any of the Lasersmith products means that we can still stack.
Okay.
You know, we can keep stacking them higher. Obviously, bearing in mind how, you know, not too high because we don't want any accidents. And if it is a reasonable height, put them against a wall.
Okay, good
just
idea.
To be, you know, just to be sensible. Yeah. These are fantastic, so we can fit all sorts of things in these.
Do like those. So if you fancy getting hold of these, £9.98. I'm just thinking to myself, brilliant for putting your eggs in as well. If you want in the kitchen, you could decorate them up, couldn't you?
What? It's not a bad idea, because this is exactly what they do look like.
That's it.
So if you get some nice country paper or something that matches your kitchen and what have you, that would be super, wouldn't it?
Getting two of those for £9.95. But there's loads of ways you could use
so many different ways.
Lots of different ways.
Primarily it is, you know, I think the original was for craft, but paint, but yeah, so many different things really. If you're a hobby, you know, gentlemen do the painting, you know, the soldiers. I don't know. There is a name for it, isn't there? I'm sure.
Oh, like the little figurines that they do.
Yeah, they do the little tiny, and they've got paints, like obviously, making, and you know, just popping them in, that sort of thing, and obviously decorate them how you want. And I love that idea. That's a project in itself,
isn't it? Just now, details on your screen: 142875. If you're wanting to get hold of those, again, any of these, if you want to go for multiples, then you can do. Shows like this, lots of you adding different items in. Keep an eye on that post unpacking. Starts getting to that £6 mark. It might be worth becoming a Freedom member. And shows like this, it's easy to do that, because there's lots that you'll want to add into your basket.
Yes, yeah.
Now, of course, obviously with your one day special, you've got the ability to kind of store your letters or your magazines. Then this is brilliant, because this is kind of dedicated to those.
Definitely.
Would work alongside the one day special beautifully.
Yes, it would. This is a new today, as well as the one day special items. And as soon as this was built up, I thought, yeah, I like this. Really like this, because there's lots of reasons why I like this. Obviously I'm looking at it from a craft point of view, but at home I actually keep my magazines, particularly my parchment magazines, because I do have that one quite regularly, and I do keep them because I like to keep them intact with the patterns and everything in. So this would be ideal. I could actually put them in order as to what I want, you know, where I want them, what have you. And again, we could quite easily have two, obviously not stacking them up above each other, but alongside each other on the windowsill would look really lovely. And of course we can decorate them according to the room that they're going to be in. If you ever move them, you could always redecorate them, can't you, and put something else on top and paint them. But I do think, and also for children's rooms, to put their books nice and tidy.
That's it. And again, if you wanted to use it on this scale as well, putting your papers in there, maybe again drying racks, you could do that again with those.
Never thought of that one either.
Well, this is it. You don't have to keep it all the same way up.
Yeah, what did you have for your tea, eh?
I'm on a roll. I'll burn myself out in the next 10 minutes.
Will you? Well, you're doing all right at the moment. I've never thought of turning it round.
Really?
Honestly.
experience, that is. A voice of experience, trying to get myself organised.
That is really good.
Now, the details on the screen there, £11.95. That will get you your your A4 desk tidy on its way to you. Of course, as is the case with any of these kits, we are talking about the MDF 6mm quality through and through. With a little bit of construction, you will have your base, and then, of course, you can decorate it to whatever style you like. 029552. Now, we've got a bumper deal for you as well. So, lots to consider with regards to our different bundles. So, go on then, tell me all about it.
Right, I'm going to go to the filing area. Actually, the second item on the one-day special.
Okay.
Okay.
You're leaving me here?
I am going to leave you there for
Okay.
a very good reason. So if I stand here,
Right.
from here to
Okay.
where you are, including that. No,
this
not
one
including
here?
that, just that one that you've
Yeah.
got. So this one, all of this, all of this, all of this, all of these, and that one is in that mega deal.
And you've got the details on your screen
Yeah.
for that one. So if you fancy
Which
getting
is
hold of all
phenomenal.
of those, that is a bumper deal. You can get a hold of all of those with a fabulous saving. Pop them into your basket. Actually, you might need a trolley for that lot, to be
I
fair.
think so.
You need
Can
more
you
than one trolley.
imagine, though, carrying this
Wow,
home from
gosh.
a craft fair?
Well, this is it. You
Really?
wouldn't, would you? I mean, it'd be just way too much to carry around with you. All of this coming to you for less than £60. Pop another couple of items in there. Oh, actually, you don't need to because it's on FlexiBuy. You can see there already. So if you did fancy adding in one of those one-day specials on top of that, you could fancy taking advantage of all of those. Well, it couldn't be simpler. All you need to do is pop that item number into your order and they will be on their way to you. And of course, we've got lots more storage to share with you as well. Have a look at this. Now, your 12 by 12s, we saw those a few moments as well. So yeah, if you're wanting to get hold of it, look at that. I suppose that little bit of graphic 45 going on there, I think, maybe. Think of using all those fabulous papers. I know that Leonie's always encouraging us to use those. Well, this would be beautiful because you can look at it every single day. 118-318 if you fancy getting hold of those. And as you can see, with every single one of these orders, you will get your construction instructions that will allow you to put those pieces together. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price on this one as well. I mean, $18.95 is a brilliant price, but with that little bit of a saving on there, it makes it even more attractive. 118-318, and if you want to go for multiples, by all means, please do so. Mark, this is nice, isn't it?
Really, yes.
First time we worked together.
I know, yes.
Second hour, so true professional now.
Oh right, yeah. But yeah, it's nice to help Jo out. Put it that way. With many of her crafting bits and pieces.
Well, this is it, and I know she's hurt her wrist, bless her. Hence, you coming in and doing some of the shows. But I think it has been, although it's not been a pleasant experience for Jo. Obviously, I think it's lovely to see you on this side of the counter rather than helping Jo out.
Thank you,
it's good to see.
And,
so what are we up to?
Right. So in this little one that I'm going to demonstrate for you is the Lasersmith. It's the desk tidy.
Okay.
And as you can see, the fantastic thing about the Lasersmith is that when you get that, those are your instructions there.
Just one page.
One page, basically, and it's pictures.
See, I do like pictures.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with words. I can read, just for the record.
But it's a lot easier. It
you know
saves you
where
having
everything
to
should
flip
be.
through, 2 or 3 pages of instructions of how to assemble A goes to B and this, that, and the other. So it is handy, without a doubt. And but what you'll get is your all your MDF all in one nice package that's all sealed up, comes all together.
Lovely.
And it's just a case of unpacking it, having a quick look at the diagram there, and basically starting to assemble.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's get started then.
Yeah, but before one little tip is, with it being CNC cut and routed, of course, and there is possibly a slight little bit of dust left in there
from the manufacturer.
So I mean, just a stipple brush or something like that, just to brush out, and then that should get any excess out. And just a quick blow as well.
Wonderful.
We'll get any excess dust out of there, which just makes it a lot easier on the assembling of it, just to be able to slide in nice and tight. So there are quite a lot of bits and pieces with this one, but it's still relatively easy to assemble.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, but the only thing that you need to keep your eye on this one is there's only one difference, as in the notches, which is this section here.
Okay, right, at the front. Let me just move those out the way.
this section here is just a little bit different, as in you have, if I hold it down there you can see it.
Lovely.
One of the notches is a lot shallower than the other side. It's a little bit deeper, and because what's happening is the deeper one is going right into that board there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's just going to
That's
hold
good
it
and
a bit,
solid,
bit
isn't
more
it?
firm.
Yeah.
If you do happen to get it the wrong way round, then obviously it won't fit together properly at the back. So just when you're getting that out and checking it over, just make sure that you've got it the right way around when you're assembling it.
So is it a good idea to do a bit of a dry run with this before you get the
it's always
adhesive
best
out?
to get to do a dry run just to make sure where you're going, and then you can have them out on the table just to make sure that you're getting them in the right place.
Wonderful, I like that idea.
And
Now we have had a quick question come through, and I've got a ruler at the ready. I'm not sure who's emailed in, but somebody's asking about the opening that we've got here with regards to 6x6 papers. Now I've taken a piece of A4 and folded it in half, and that fits in quite easily, and of course that's not far off 12 inches wide with regards to your A4, but we're going to just double check that, and I'm looking here, and if I hold that against there, you can see where we've got the line there going across. You're looking at 6.5 inches with regards to that aperture that you've got there, so I think your 6x6 papers are going to sit quite neatly there. You've got a little bit of a give there as well, so about just shy of half an inch give there, so plenty of room, so they're not butting up against the walls there, so I think you'll be okay.
Fantastic. So you have obviously your base plate. Now the way I've gone about fitting it is that I've done it all standing upright rather than trying to jiggle it about. But obviously when you do get when you have done your dry run yourself and you go to put your glue in, it's just a case of getting some good strong dry as clear glue and just putting in a little bit down the beading. You don't want to get too much in, of course, because obviously it's going to splay out too much and make a little bit of a mess. But so just a little bit as you slot your pieces in down each of the roots there.
And do you have to consider how you're going to decorate it at this stage? I mean, would you do your decoration while it's in pieces? Before assembling this one, yes, I did decorate it up first, because obviously you need to be in the sections, bits and pieces. You could do it when it's all put together, but it's going to be a lot easier to do it initially and then assemble it all together. Wonderful. So do we have to be aware of kind of where the fittings go to make sure you don't get paper and paint in those sections?
Obviously on the sections that they slot into, if you're going to paint it and get paint on there, with it being so precision cut,
precise cuts,
if you put even a layer of paint on both sides, it's going to make it just that little bit thicker, so it will be a little bit harder
with MDF as well. It can swell a little bit when you get the moisture in there.
So if you are painting initially first, before if you're fully painting it, or if you're putting paper on like I have done here, what I've done on this one is put it to us. I've just painted sort of like a good inch border all the way around.
Oh yes.
And then, because you don't need to paint it all, of course, not if you're putting your paper on afterwards. But obviously on the join bits, the bits that go into each other, don't paint that at all. So just you don't have to mask it out because it's not that precise. But if you can just not paint that, be aware of not painting that, and then it should be able to slide in.
Lovely. Thank you for that.
First. So as I say, first thing is to do a dry run first. Make sure you've got all your pieces, of course, which you should have, and then that you know roughly where they're going first before popping your glue in. So as I say, with your base plate down on the ground. So what I've done is I've popped that one in first. I'll pop that one in first because that's the one that you need to be aware of, that it's got the longer piece going to the...
And kind of do that while you're aware of it, while you remember, And
there is, when you're popping these together, I don't know whether you can see that, but
you can.
there is a slight adjustment that you can make, which makes it easier on assembling when you're trying to assemble the whole thing. Because obviously when we get on a little bit in the construction of this, it is a little bit awkward, but obviously with that give, it gives you a little bit of a give,
to be able to do a bit of wiggling,
to do a bit of wiggling. So if we we've popped that one in first,
Lovely.
then that's your first section.
Okay.
And then we're going to pop this next section in, which is going to hold all these side shelves in there as well. So that is just a case of sliding it in the next section and butting those two together.
And there's that little bit of wiggle room.
And there's that little bit of wiggle room, yeah. And obviously, as you can see, that is flush.
Okay.
Flush with that end. If you had got it in the wrong way round, you'd have a bit of an indent, a bit of a gap in there as well. Okay, so that's another thing to look for.
And you'd soon find out when you come to put your shelves in.
You would, yeah.
Because you've got nowhere to put them.
it's the back that would be because it'd bow a little bit at the back, but as I say, that's why it's preferable to do a dry run.
Lovely.
It makes it a lot easier. Right, so the shelving, obviously, large one at the bottom.
Okay. And they sit quite nicely in there, even with that other side support there.
As I say, these do tend to sag down a little bit, and it's not until you get them married up with the other side that's going to...
But it shows the quality already, that it's holding its own. Yeah. They're not falling away.
There's enough depth in there just to be able to keep it in place. You know, it's not too much, because obviously when you get this side, you do need to adjust it a little bit. So it's not too much where it's going to interfere with it, or it's too solid. Whereas you're not going to be able to move it up and down, because to get these lined up, just take a little bit more on the wiggle side, but it's doable.
And the width of the MDF, I mean, it looks wider than some of the MDF that I've worked with.
Yeah, I mean, it's all 6 mil, same as everything else. And so it is good and solid, and obviously when it is together, it's a good solid.
It is. I mean, I've been leaning on this, and it's not going anywhere.
So what I've done on the top section, which is where your pens and such like would go, obviously if you put that together first initially, and then if you pop that with the rest as a complete unit, that's going to be easier than trying to get those separated, because you have got a couple of sections there that it will marry up against.
Again, so just slot that in.
Pop that on
Wonderful. There. Nice snug fit as well. And of course at this point it is going to get a little bit top heavy, because you've got your multiple pieces of MDF in there. Yeah,
this is where you need that extra bit of room, and you need possibly, if you just can you see that all right?
Together? Yeah, just kind of click those into. Oh, you can hear them going in. That's a good click.
Yeah. So as we're sort of like coming up, because it's bowing out, and then we're coming up and
that's where that wiggle room's important.
Slotting them all in.
And of course, this is a dry run. When you're actually putting the adhesive in place, you might find that certain sections you're going to glue and leave to set before you go on to the next piece. But there you go, that's come together
adhesive,
a treat.
Yeah, so that's gone together all right, and the adhesive obviously is going to help in the fact that it'll keep it a bit more in better situ while you're slotting them all together.
But having that extra pair of hands, that glue.
So we've got that all figured out there. So there's just the back to pop on, and that is where you just need your hand across the back, sort of like to hold it all together. And
just locating it in the bottom.
Yeah, just locate the bottom one. And then as you're bringing the back together,
line them all up and wiggle them into space.
It's just a case of lining them up.
You suddenly get that click sound, don't you, when it all comes together. And it is brilliant, because you are getting all those pieces all pre-cut, all ready for you to put together. And of course, there you go, you can see. Just give it a bit of a wiggle and it's all there.
And that's in. So what I would do then is that now you've done your dry run, as I say, take it all apart, pop your glue in those in the router bits, in the runs. And another little tip, especially on this project, is that while it's drying, you don't want to be stood there for the next half an hour.
Well, that's
drying,
a good point, isn't
especially if you're not in arm's reach of a cup of tea.
That is a fair point. I like your style.
So nice, nice, strong, big elastic bands.
Yeah.
Just one around the top, one around the middle, and one around the bottom section, and just leave that there, and that's strong enough to hold it together.
Okay.
And until your glue's dried.
And what sort of length of time should you leave it drying before you start doing any decoration on it?
I would give it, I mean, depending on the glue, but that's crafted glue, and the majority of glues are relatively quick, quick drying, quick grab. You could give it a blast with a gun, but you shouldn't need to.
Just leave
it. Within 10 or
hours.
15 minutes,
Oh,
by
right.
the time you've had a cup of tea or whatever,
yeah.
you should be ready to go.
I love that. And
Bands
it's
off,
so
and
simple.
yeah, exactly.
So simple to come together. Nothing to be scared of with these ones, and of course you have got your full instructions, and of course you can go back and watch on Rewind and see how Mark put this together. Couldn't be simpler, really easy, but the thing is it's really useful, and it's just one half of your one day special. Mark, thank you.
No
I'm going to
problem.
catch up with Joe in a few moments, but why not jump onto the website? It's not the only bundle that we've got for you. Of course, the one day special is a fabulous deal, and we've got a duo. We've got that fabulous wrap that's just been put together by Mark so quickly and easily as well. That's the thing that's phenomenal with this. It's just so easy. But then, of course, you've got your second half, which is your tall, round kind of storage unit. And we did see this come together at the 6 o'clock show. Was it with the launch? Was it the round one that you worked on?
Yes, yeah, that's right. So, this was actually one of the simplest ones. I did say to Mark, I said, oh, it's going to take many minutes to do that at all, and it didn't. So again, basically, it's the you've got two main sections going through the middle, and then they slot into each other. And then you pop the shelves in. Now, what we're saying about the shelves, she's really quite clever. You've got the holes where the shelves will go,
and you can kind of see those
here.
little
Yeah,
locator
now
points
then, that's
there.
great. Yeah, you can see them here because, of course, when you're putting the paper on, as I've started decorating this with the rice papers, it's actually obviously hiding them.
Yes, yeah.
If you are thinking of just leaving it with painted, you know, absolutely fine, no problem. What I would personally do is I would just give that. It is nice and flush, but you can still obviously see where it's gone in. Give that a little tiny bit of a filler.
Oh,
well,
right.
not a filler, even your paste, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, your modelling
it's just
paste
kind
that
of
we
smoothing
use.
it off. If
It's
you've got
just-
something that's quite fine, it may pick that relief out. Yeah.
That's right. You really, it's flush. You can see how flush it is, but obviously you can still see where it's gone in. So if it's going to be, say for instance, a piece of furniture, say you are going to have it in your bedroom or the bathroom or whatever, then I would just do that.
Yeah,
really.
no, it's good advice.
But just covering it with paper obviously does that job as well.
It does.
But I really love this piece. I was saying earlier as well, if you got yourself a Lazy Susan.
Oh yeah, you could actually pop that on
you
there,
could
couldn't
put
you?
it on the
Yeah.
bottom, because
Or
I know a
even
lot of
some
ladies
little
and gents,
casters,
when they've got the some of the die cutting machines, when they're turning it round and you know, maybe the ability isn't quite, you know, they're not quite as able. So sat at a desk, it's easier to put it on a Lazy Susan, and this would be
That's a really good idea.
you know, and then you could
yeah.
if you use it as a craft, obviously as a craft item. But I was saying in a bedroom it would look super, because you can put your perfumes on and all sorts of things, couldn't you?
You could,
So
yeah.
really not just looking at craft. I know we are, because that's what we do. We look at everything for craft, don't we, Hayley? But, you know.
But I mean, you've got, obviously we can't say to you exactly how many of those storage areas you've got, because it depends on how wide you want those to be.
Yes,
So
yeah,
it might be that you've got some taller bottles and you actually don't want to put that shelf in there, then that's okay. Or maybe you're going to take that shelf and actually put it over this side to make that little compartment have more shelf space.
More shelves, yeah,
It's yours.
exactly.
You decide.
Yeah.
And I love the papers that have been used here to decorate. I mean,
yeah.
doesn't it give that a beautiful look?
They're just the cannonball rice papers
Oh,
that
right,
we've
okay.
that I've been using. I'm going to continue using that, and then possibly do the shelves in maybe a pinky, dusky pinky colour, or maybe a vintage, like a beigey colour or something like that. Make it
But
quite
this is it. And I mean,
vintagey.
this.
Yeah. Did
well,
you hear
both of them.
did you hear what Catherine was thinking of doing at the top
No.
here? Oh, I thought it was a really cracking idea. She said, I think really, because I said, oh, you could always put your cup of tea on there if you got it in the craft room. She went, well, let's just go one bit better and put a coaster on the top. Stick a coaster on the top. Work it all in with the design, and then you've actually got your coaster on there as well.
Perfect.
I mean, trust
Clever
me,
idea.
of course she's going to go that bit more, isn't she?
Like
I said
that.
in your caravan as well, and you've got you
Oh,
there.
yes,
You've got
it's all coming together, that caravan.
It is. So, but yeah, it's what I love about Lasersmith is that they're practical.
That's right.
It's aesthetically pleasing. obviously, especially when you've decorated it with your lovely papers and everything. But it's still very, very practical, and everything on the counter is extremely practical.
It is, and of course you can decorate it, you can pretty it up, or you can grunge it up if you want to, steampunk it up, have it whatever theme you like. And if you have got wallpaper left over from your room, why not use that on there as well?
And another one. And it wasn't after 10 minutes.
If you want your one day special, the details on the screen there, 788-310, £23.90. I find it phenomenal that you can get such substantial pieces of storage for that price.
Absolutely.
No wonder so many have taken advantage, and it is literally flying out, but you can go for multiples if you want to. But before you check your basket out, perhaps have a little look at the next deal that we've got. In fact, we've got some amazing deals. So, of course, we've just been talking about the one day special, but in addition, if you're looking at stacking a storage system for your papers, not just your A4s, but also 12 by 12, you can't go far wrong with this one.
No, definitely not. And you've got the ability to stack higher as well if you wanted to. So what we've got here is, originally, I have brought you the A4 paper trays, which stack. Okay, so we've got those, which there was 4 of. So that was the set that we had before. I'm absolutely sure that lots and lots of you out there, well, I know that lots and lots of you bought them because they sold out. Everything sold out on that show. So what you've got is there, you've got the ability to actually rise up there as well. But what they've done is, what Mike's done is, from Lasersmith, is actually organised for and designed a converter, which I thought was extremely clever. Because if we take this off here,
let me take that, Jo,
please,
I'm conscious of your hands.
Thank you. So what you've got is, now I purposely, we didn't paint these two so that you could see the difference between the two. So what we've got here is, this is the conversion plate from the A4 going onto the 12 by 12. So obviously, so it makes another 12 by 12 shelf. So the conversion plate in itself is another 12 by 12, and it's another A4.
And I'm going to rotate it round, because the first time that we looked at this, I wasn't quite sure where that conversion came into. But if you have a look here, whoopsie-daisy, I forgot about that sticker. You've got your 2 lugs there, which obviously are going to take the little feet of your next shelf. But of course, this one has got that one that's there in the middle, not lining up perfectly with there, because of course with your A4s, they are set back slightly because obviously the width that you've got there, and that's why it is important to have that converter. They wouldn't, if I was to take that one away and try and bring my A4s in, if I do that here, you'll see there's nowhere for that to actually sit. So that might sit at the back there, but there's nowhere for it to sit, and you can see it's not sitting in neatly because it's not lining up properly. That's why that converter comes into play, to kind of bridge the gap between the two, and it is a really clever design. I know, it's the first time I've seen these before.
I haven't seen a
can't say I've come across that before. So I think you're right.
So there's a fantastic way of describing it, actually, turning it around and showing the sides, because what the design is on everything is to make it the most sturdiest piece of storage possible, and that is the ultimate aim. Not just it being 6mm MDF and fantastically cut, but also to make it the sturdiest and most, obviously something that you can keep. So I think it's a very, very clever system. So what you could do is, if you, for instance, if you wanted more than what we've just shown you on that one piece, buy 2 lots of these, which I personally think is still very, very affordable for what you're getting. So then what you would do is, you would just create all your 12 by 12s at the bottom. Then your converter, and then you would create all your A4s, and then your converter, and then they would obviously stack a lot higher, but they would be very, very sturdy,
wouldn't they?
And that's because you've got,
and that is because you've got that 6mm thickness, giving you the substantial support there with your papers, but also there's going to be a fair bit of weight in there when you actually start stacking those papers up. So you need to know that it's not going to be shifting anywhere.
No, and you can get quite a lot in there actually, because when we were displaying them on the last show, I couldn't believe how many we kept putting in, and thinking, well, it's not full yet, but I don't know how many. Obviously, it's going to be what thickness and everything, but I think it's superb, and also I think it would be super to have with your 12 by 12 ones, obviously to have your 12 by 12 paper pads in there, to keep them nice and flat, because I know we're all guilty of sort of maybe putting them on the shelf, and then,
and do consider getting an extra one as a drying rack as well, as I say, very useful with things like your texture paste through your stencil. So There you go, details on your
Great
screen if
idea.
you're wanting to get hold of your set. £24.85. And of course, you've got all the elements there, you've got all your instructions. Couldn't be simpler. Mark showed us just how easy those pieces come together, and that is the beauty behind the engineering with these. But of course, we're talking about papers that we've been storing, but what about your tools? Well, this is a lovely way for you to actually work with your pieces. So you've got your two designs, they both come together, so it's not an either or.
No.
And you're getting both for £10.90.
It's incredible, isn't it? Again, well, everything is 6mm, so we don't have to, you know, sort of explain that each time. But what do we say? 52.
52 within the
52.
with 52 circles. So obviously it depends on what you're wanting to do with those.
Yes,
I think it's a good idea that you were saying about using things like your three-dimensional glues in a bottle upside down.
Just upside down, so it's always there ready for
you
you.
to use,
So and also whilst it's in the nozzle. Like you say, it's not actually creating that vacuum to actually dry up in the nozzle, because it will be in there already.
That's it.
And that is, I think, one of the biggest crafting pains, actually, to try and unblock your glue if you've left it open.
Yeah.
So I think it's super. Again, you really just decorate it how you wish. Possibly if you are doing... Now, the one little tip I did think about, I thought, paper on here, that might be a bit difficult. But what I would do is, before it actually gets put together, say we take this piece here.
Yes.
What we could do is, you could actually measure that to see if you've got a whole, a paper punch.
Now, we have got a measurement for those. Was it 20mm? So you're looking at 2 centimetre circles.
Okay,
so
I know that,
punch,
you could easily do that if you basically laid it on, not glued it on, and then just maybe put a pierce through with a poker tool or something, and then actually centred that with your paper punch around, or just one teeny weeny bit bigger to make sure you've got it, and then you could quite easily cover that with paper. But you know, there's so many other things, and it's so basic. You've got the two pieces going through the middle, and then you literally just stack them on.
You certainly do.
You know, so, and of course this one with your blender tools I think is fantastic.
Getting them both together, £10.90, 102820. Time is ticking away with us in this hour again. Time does fly by.
It does.
And we're looking at the next unit here. Again, another very clever way for you to work with, because again, you've got a stackable unit. So here you've got all your little circles in here, or should I say your holes, to allow you to stack your ink bottles. And there's a variety of different inks you may well use.
Oh gosh, yes, so many. There really is. You've got your distress-free inkers, you've got your alcohol inks, it depends on obviously the make and the shape and the size of them, but I know we could have filled this 10 times over with different things that we've got in our craft rooms. Your paints and all your gels and things like that, you know, that are in tubes or in bottles, and they just keep them nice and neat and tidy, don't they? And again, they're all stackable, so wherever you see this little notch here, they can be stacked as high as what is safely to stack them.
And of course, if you are working on a project and you want to take those bottles with you, or a selection of your stash,
excellent idea.
You can just carry them, can't you?
I'm wondering, you know, and I don't know, I will have to find this out when I get home to try it out, but you know the inks from Pogomano for parchment, you know, we have the inks that we use with the mapping pens and etc. I'm wondering if they would go in there. I don't know, like I say, but that would be really useful if it did, and then you could take them along to one of your parchment workshops.
Yeah, and I think somebody was asking about the pearly winks, weren't they, earlier on, I think, with regards to this as well.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
So, I think I noticed on social media, but I forgot all about it until this moment.
So what I will try and do is, I mean, we do have the craft cupboard, don't we, with various bits and pieces. There might be something. Might have a little look and
see what we've got and try a few different brands
and things. Yeah,
Good
exactly.
idea.
But also, I do think not only that, but you could stack pens in here.
Yes.
I know we do have the pen holder, so you know that could be on the website. Have a look. But you know, if you've got maybe just a few inks and then you've got a few pens, why not mix and match it? It doesn't matter. It's your piece of equipment. You can do whatever you want.
Good idea.
It.
There you go. If you're fancying yours, £9.95. I'm sure you've got lots of suggestions and ideas. Don't forget, Joe and Mark are going to be back 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you have got suggestions, do join them at 9 o'clock with those.
Yeah, that's fab.
Lots more for you to consider during this hour. I was going for a wander then. I don't know where I was going.
Where was you
let
going?
me tell you about these. We've not got a huge amount of time left, so we're going to go back to the demo area with regards to your paper storage. And you can see on your screen there, you've got 7 trays, £18.95 being your price. This particular one is stackable, so again, if you're wanting to go for this, this would work alongside that duo set that we were talking about with the 12 by 12s and your converters. But if you're just wanting to go for your 12 by your A4s, just in one piece, they're not going to be, you can't kind of interchange these. Make the unit, it is good and solid, and then away you go. 020274, £18.95. Now we're going to continue with that project that was started at 6 o'clock this evening. Of course, that was the launch show. You can go back and watch that on as the day progresses. But
right, so basically, what I thought we'd do, I'm not going to be doing this all the way through tomorrow, I promise you, because obviously it's going to get a little bit samey, isn't it? But I thought we would just continue and do a little bit more, just while we're just finishing this hour off, and especially if people didn't catch the first hour.
Now I'm just going to move that just
slightly.
Yes,
of course, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can kind of see what you were doing.
Yeah, lovely. So basically, what I've got here is I've got one of the Cannonball rice papers. Now you need to check out the website for this. It obviously is a supplier that I bring for That's Crafty, and it's just they're just super duper papers, they really are. Now they come in quite a large sheet. We've only not even finished one sheet yet, so you know they're going to go quite a long way. Now what I would suggest is you don't just maybe sort of think, oh yeah, that looks like such and such, cut a piece off and lay it in, because I guarantee that it won't fit.
Okay.
It'll be too short, or whatever. So just lay it in, because of course rice paper, it's quite easy just to actually lay onto a surface area, and this is really strong as well. And then can you see what I'm going to do is just with my finger, I'm just going to run along the actual crease, all right, of where that top next shelf goes, and then also just squeeze that over that edge there just to make a crease. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get
I see. You can see
an
the
area
markings,
there that you can actually take off. You don't need to get a pencil, you don't need to get anything and mark the paper, because obviously you don't want to do that, because you're going to spoil some of it, and then it's going to have to be cut off, isn't it? So just I don't normally cut rice paper, I normally wet it and tear it, but on this occasion, when we're doing something like this, it wants to be precision in that area. I do tend to cut it with scissors rather than...
Now I notice it's already had a coat of paint on there.
Yes, yeah.
So what paint have you used on here so far?
Okay, good question. I should have mentioned that, sorry. It's actually gesso.
Oh, right,
it's just a gesso. So it basically was, and the reason for this is because I knew I wanted to use this particular paper. If I'd have put it up against just the MDF, it would have slightly, maybe not too much, but it would have slightly discoloured the actual pattern on the paper.
The colour of the MDF would have come through.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if it had been a lot darker and it had been a lot fuller on the pattern, it wasn't quite so subtle as in the colour scheme, you would have got away with it. You wouldn't have had to have painted it. Yeah, just to that's a lovely question actually. I never thought of mentioning that. So let me just see which is the right way.
Let me hold that up so that you can see.
So I think it's is it that way, that way, that way? So it doesn't ultimately. The reason why I've picked this paper actually, because it doesn't really matter unduly.
I can't tell.
No, I tell you why, because I thought I'd be a bit clever actually. Not very often, but every now and again. And I picked this paper because it's got all different directions
I see. So
with
you
all
can get away with it.
That's right. So, but I do know I've got postcard on that, so I'll go on that direction.
So you're following that one.
That's right.
Okay.
So I have got one that I've got my eye on. Let me just double check I've got my glue. Yeah, water-based glue. So this is my the Cannonball decoupage glue. But if you've got Mod Podge or a similar product for decoupage for rice papers, then this is what you need to use. Don't use your ordinary PVA.
Right.
Okay, not for this project. It needs to be slightly runnier, and it for using it with the rice papers. All right, if you don't spoil the ship for paper the tar, as I say quite often.
That's a really good phrase.
Because you think you're going to, I haven't got the right glue, so I'll just pick something out my craft room and use that. No, don't do that, because it's a shame. Yeah. All right, to actually spoil the paper.
And this is going to be something that you're going to take pride
Yes,
over. You're going to be looking at every single day.
That's right.
That's why you want those pristine results. So like you say, invest in the right mediums and the right materials to work with it.
Exactly that. So that goes really nice and flush into. So by doing that, just by the edge of my scissors, so by doing that creasing, what you've got is that lovely, nice, can you see there? All that lovely,
beautiful,
nice fit in there, as if it was measured for me.
This is it. Now
And
let's
then-
hold that up, because
Yeah,
you can see
sure,
that. I mean, doesn't that
absolutely.
look gorgeous? See, that wouldn't
Yeah.
look out of place in a bedroom or...
No,
like
it
you
wouldn't,
say.
would it? And that's what I was saying earlier. It really wouldn't look out of place.
Really pretty.
Because, you know, you can decorate it just how you wish. And I
Yeah.
thought that idea with the wallpaper was a fantastic idea, because you could do that and then it would just blend in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's
and of
good.
course, later on, if you wanted to change it, of course you can. It's not a problem.
Ah.
Just paint over the wallpaper, and then a couple of paints are really good, maybe a good gesso or something like that, and you would cover over the wallpaper, or maybe just go over the top of it.
Well, you mentioned
know, so-
wallpaper now.
Yeah.
Did we have a suggestion from somebody about dolls' houses or something? In the
Oh,
last
wasn't
hour?
that
I
fantastic?
didn't catch it. What was
Now,
it then?
I'm not sure if it was Enid. We couldn't decide whether it's Enid or Ennis. So whichever, it was a lovely name anyway.
Okay.
But what she said was, if you can't afford an actual doll's house to decorate, because
They are substantial, yeah.
they?
And it's the
not-
space to
and
have
the
one.
space,
Yeah.
exactly. They are huge,
Yeah.
some of them, aren't they? So why not use these individual areas to actually set a room out or an area or a
Really good
situation?
idea,
I
yeah.
thought it was a super idea.
Yes,
a
it
really
could be,
super
couldn't it?
idea.
Yeah,
you
it
could
be almost
you
like a
could
fancy
see that.
apartment, couldn't it?
You could see that, couldn't
Yeah.
you? And this would be the penthouse.
Oh, there you
We
go.
could have a pool. Oh, a helicopter pad at the top.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'd have to take the
Definitely.
coaster off though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Take your cup of tea off and land your helicopter.
that's right,
There you
exactly.
go. It's easy as that.
There you go. How many things has this been in the last hour?
Well,
It's a
isn't it?
marvellous
And I
idea.
think you'll be sitting
I
at
thought it
home
was
and you'll
great.
have loads of ideas of your own. And as I say, it's a little bit late for you to share those with us during this hour, but of course during the live hours tomorrow, perfect
definitely.
opportunity for you to get in touch. So 9 o'clock in the morning, then of course 1 o'clock, penultimate hour, and then final hour will be at 5 o'clock. Website is the place to go though, because there's so much to choose from, because of course we've got your fabulous one-day special, you've got all those additional things that you might like to add in, and of course any of those items, pop them into your basket. Freedom members discounts on some items as well, so if you are wanting to take advantage of those, you need to become a Freedom member. But it's more about that post and packing, because in hours like this there's going to be lots of items that you're adding into your basket, and that post and packing is going to start getting to that £6 threshold. And when you saw these, Jo, I mean you must have been so excited when you saw them come together.
Yes. Well, right from day one, like I say, this is the third time I've been in the studio working for Lasersmith, and it's just fantastic stuff. And in fact, I'm using some of the items myself in my craft room.
Oh, right, okay.
And you know, that we've brought to you before, because, well, in my craft room, in my space. that I have at the unit. So and yeah, they've come with me back to the studio. They've come home again. They've come back and they've come back. And I'm not kidding you. Each and every time, as long as we bubble wrap them, as in not to knock the papers and things
Yes,
on them.
yeah.
Do you know, they've been fantastic. They really have. I think these particular ones, I think, are lovely. They're
Oh, this is
super
it.
and so versatile.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
And of course you can decorate them in whichever way you like.
Yeah.
You're going to get both of these within your one-day special. And of
Yes.
course, if you do decide to go for your one-day special, that bumper bundle that we were talking about, you'll have one of these from your one-day special and one of them from that bumper bundle. And the bumper bundle is at the bottom of your screen there, so if you do want to take advantage of that, please do. So I'm going to bring Mark back in again, because of course you had a fabulous demonstration from Mark earlier on. And I mean, you could get yourself so organised with all these, couldn't you?
Yes, you could, and
Know where
especially,
everything is.
for instance, if you was, having a bit of a spring clean in your craft room, and you thought, well, actually, I could really do with that, that this and that and the But what before you do that, though, I think that big bundle on the show is
Definitely.
a fantastic way to go. But certainly as a starter for 10, these two items are superb, aren't they?
This is it.
And all the other bits and pieces as well, really. They would look superb, wouldn't it?
They
Look
would.
very impressive
It
when
certainly
people
would,
come round
yeah.
and your friends come round to craft.
Right. And the engineering with these, I mean, Mark, the footprint that you've got, the actual area that it's taking up on your space, minimal space. I mean, we're talking 12 by 12 on some of these.
Yes,
but you're taking that storage higher, so maximising the area that you've got in your
They're
workspace.
fantastic. Yeah, it's a It's a cracking idea, and it's the locking mechanism that
I love it with that
locks
set, yeah.
each into place. It keeps them nice and sturdy as well. So
Yeah, very, very clever.
yeah, design is fantastic.
Now, of course, we are going to be repeating this show through the night. So if you have just joined us, don't worry, you'll be able to watch it a little bit later on. But do come back and join both Mark and Joe at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, live, first hour of the day with regards to them at 9 o'clock. We do kick things off at 7 o'clock here at Hochanda. I will be here for the early shift tomorrow, so I do hope that you'll be able to join me. Good morning, Hochanda. It's not often I get to do that. And I think I'm here with Leonie tomorrow morning. So all hell could break loose.
Get your coffee
so
in
make sure I
early.
get an early night tonight. So there's lots coming up tomorrow. So again, another fabulous day here at Hochanda. But for the time being, your one-day special, the details are on your screen there, 788-310. Thank you for you both for your fabulous explanations. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you do join us again tomorrow for another fabulous day here at Hochanda. But enjoy the rest of your evening. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free using our app on Roku? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Roku streaming player or Roku TV accesses the Roku channel store to add new channels. By downloading the Hochanda channel, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Turn on your TV and connect your Roku device. Next, turn the power on and press the home button on your Roku remote. Scroll up or down to select settings. Select your network and select setup connection. Roku uses a wireless connection, so select your router name and add your password. This should be on the side or the bottom of your router. If this is the first time using Roku, then you'll need to set up an account on the device or by going to the Roku website. That's it. Now it's time to add the Hochanda app. Simply press the home button on the Roku remote. Scroll up or down using the arrows on your remote to select streaming channels. Then open the channel store. At the top of the channel store, you'll find a list of featured, new and popular categories to explore. Enter Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. Now simply select Add Channel. When you see the added channel screen, press OK and return to the home page. Now scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the star button on your remote. You can then use the arrow buttons to move Hochanda to the top of the screen for quick and easy access. And that's it. You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Good morning. It's a brand new day here at Hochanda and boy have we got some incredible shows ahead for you. But of course before that we have Good Morning Hochanda, yours truly and the lovely Leonie, some fabulous bargains and a brand new deal of the day. See you in a moment.
That was smooth, wasn't
That
it?
was slick.
That was for Eddie, well done.
Yeah, round
Round
of
of applause for
applause.
Eddie.
Professional.
For everybody at home, I brought a mug in that wasn't, you know,
It's like a bucket.
it was a bucket. There's still some left in there, I'm going to get it in a minute. But Eddie managed to transfer. I didn't know we had an L mug and a H mug.
Oh gosh, mine's got lippy on it. Cheers, chin chin.
I didn't know we had
Yeah.
these. We've lost our
Well, this has
Hochanda
come
mug.
from home. This is mine.
I don't
but
know whose this is, it ain't mine.
It's probably somebody else beginning with L. Who
Yeah.
else is there called with a beginning of L?
Liam was here.
Liam. Oh,
He's
Liam,
gone.
you forgot your mug. But
Who
anyway,
knows?
we digress.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss
Good
Haley.
morning. I'm a bit of a newbie to good morning, so
You are really,
yeah. I tend to
are.
do kind of the mid shift and the late shift.
I
but,
forgot about that. So you normally do sunset.
I do, yeah.
It's kind of the same.
I've got to get my rises and my sets in order.
Yeah.
Kind of sound just the opposite
Kind
way
of the
around.
only difference.
Well, to be
not
honest,
gonna
we've got
lie.
no window, so you wouldn't know.
No,
would
you wouldn't know. But we generally have more guests on the morning one.
Oh, I see, right.
Because we've got watchers coming throughout the day.
We have. We've
Which
got
is lovely.
lovely Kay's going to be up a little bit later on. I'm working
Indeed.
with Kay at 8 o'clock.
I've already bumped into our Kay.
Bubble Looks. I just love the
That
name.
sounds good.
Bubble Looks.
Looks. That's cute, isn't it?
It
You've got
is,
the
yes.
puppy, that.
Very clever stuff.
Is our Jo in as well?
She is. Mark as well. Mark made
Mark,
his
of
debut
course.
last night.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
I
he
know
was a
they've been-
little bit too good. I think Jo's a little bit concerned because he was very, very
Oh,
good.
I think she's been trying to get poor Mark on for quite a while.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I think eventually his arm was twisted.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
Well, Jo's was twisted because that's why she couldn't do it.
do you reckon she's put it on just to,
Probably
make
fine,
sure?
actually.
Make sure he
She's probably
gets
been
it.
arm wrestling and all sorts. There's nothing wrong with it.
But then she's got Mark on it.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, we hope you're well. The iPad is over there. Already's got the iPad, so we'll say good morning
Tablet.
to everybody. Yeah, tablet. You know. Yeah, everyone's, you know.
This is what happens when you arrive on time.
I know, right? It's not good for my health. I arrived on time, but I did get up late this morning. I didn't wake up till 6 minutes past 6, which was awful.
Anyway, we digress because we're digging a hole.
Here we are. Let's go. Deal of the day.
Deal of the day launch.
Need these.
Yeah, doesn't everybody?
Yeah. I actually do need these. I've lost all mine.
Oh, I see. Fair
So
enough.
actually, I really do need these. But deal of the day. Now, Quickie glue pens, really, really good glue pens. You can do all sorts with these, can't you?
You
Really?
can indeed.
I mean,
Exactly.
I'll move. Look, when you actually get these, you've got. Can you see at the end of your pen? You'll get that little. It's like it's just to protect the
That
actual
little bubble.
nib. Yeah, take that off. That's your little gluey dot, and then your glue pen will be ready to rock and roll. When it comes out, as you'll see, it is blue, as it looks in the tube. But when it dries clear. The thing is with this, you can use it for all sorts, and because it's really fine, it means that you can write with it, you can doodle with it, you can do so many things. But when it dries, you can use it with things like foil, you can use it with things like your gilding flakes.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
good for that
yeah.
as well, your chalks, because we sold the chalks as well before today, haven't we?
We have, yeah. We've got some nice pastels as some of our sunrise savers specials. In other words, beginning with S. It's like blank, 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 insert word here.
I normally do that.
So that's already started going clear.
No, they dry quite quickly.
Okay.
So it dries quite quickly. We've got this glitter on the show, so I've pinched that. Because it's glitter, I can put that on while it's wet, so it doesn't matter if it's dry or not to put your glitter on. But things like your foil, things like your gilding flakes, you want to put on when it's dry. And that's the difference, because obviously with stuff like your gilding flakes, you don't want it to be wet because then you can't move it.
pretty.
But have a look at that. Now, the lovely thing is how detailed you can get it. You know,
Nice.
that is so super detailed. So they're really, really, they're an absolute essential.
It's a really good price as well, because when I think back to when I had my shop, I'm sure we were selling these. It's like $4.99, $3.99 a pen.
Yeah, that would be about right.
Yeah, so
and what have we
you'd
got?
normally only get
Mm.
3 for the price on your screen there, but what you are actually doing is getting all of those as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah. We start off with 4. By the time we get to 24 hours, there'll be 1 left.
There'll be no glitter on one left.
There you go. Details on your screen. If you want to get in nice and early, then take advantage of that saving. Very busy for those. So if you do want them, pop them into your basket. More importantly, check your basket out. And dare I say, it's not limited to 1 per customer. So if you fancy stocking up on them, please do so. $9.98 for each 4 of those you choose to go for. 771-231. And now, of course, on Sunday morning. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I forgot. We've got a stingy what's it.
Oh, I love the stings.
Stingy what's it, and I forgot all about it.
I love them. I didn't hear it though. We didn't have any tunage.
We usually go, and we've got the 7 Day Savers, and it goes.
Really? Is that a thing? Is that some nice
If you remember.
sunset thing?
Yeah.
You guys on Sunset, you do more things than us. We just sit here hoping.
We know how to rock it.
We just sit here hoping for a sting so we can shut up for a minute.
Just waiting until the caffeine kicks in.
Please feed me a sting.
Now, 7-day savers kick off 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, run for a whole week, and they are brilliant deals. A bit like our deal of the day, but for 7 days, obviously. And this is just one of them. There's loads of fabulous ones there. And
There's tons.
Look at all of these. You're getting all of these. You've got 15 die sets, total of 33 dies, and you've got some wonderful ones. Now, they're from Dove Crafts, so a name that we know and love. They are on extended delivery, though, so they're going to be dispatched, and just wait, drum roll, we are working out, 16th. We had to look at the calendar to see what date was got a ring round it. Little hearts in there, fabulous little unicorn, and these are nice because when you actually look at the size of them, if you've got one of your smaller die cutting machines, you could definitely be popping these in there. Nice if you're on the move as well, classes and workshops and things like that.
I like them because you're getting so many different ones.
Nice
and
variety.
those, like the ones that are cut, you know, where you're cutting into it.
Yes.
I think they're really pretty.
Yeah.
I like things like that. You've got all sorts.
Little rocket. Woo.
I love the rocket.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, yeah. I like the little unicorn.
That's a
and I
cute
mean,
one,
the
isn't it?
unicorn, chop his horn off, is a donkey or horse.
Yeah. No unicorns were harmed in this craft session.
Indeed.
Little car, like that one as well. Thank you.
The little
Really.
house.
Isn't that
Because
cute?
houses are on trend, aren't
Oh
they?
yeah, and you could build a little Christmas scene with that one.
Yeah, you
could.
could.
Home. Congratulations, little champagne flute. You wouldn't fit a lot on there, but never mind. With sympathy, best wishes, all the sentiments you could wish for. And this is a nice little set if you are thinking about getting a die cutting machine, perhaps for a younger crafter.
Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
got adult style dies here. They're not crafting with kids stuff.
No.
They don't like it, do they?
Do you know what? This is a thing I'm really into because kids, they see your crafty stash and want to use your crafty stash.
Yeah.
Not the kit that you bought them with a really horrible bit of glue in it and a pipe
wax
cleaner.
crayons, yeah.
Exactly. These are, they're fabulous. And they're just easy little elements to use. I like those, your little buttons.
Yeah,
You've got
cute.
embellishments, you've got toppers. Yeah, you've got lovely words in there. Really nice collection. Good price as well.
And you get them for less than £19, $18.95. You can see there you've got £26 saving. Brilliant value for money. Definitely worth going for.
Everyone's really chatting this morning.
999-597. What's going on? They were chatting last night. It sounded like they were all going off on a picnic or something. There was, I'm not
we
quite
say
sure.
hello?
We couldn't get to the bottom of it, and Catherine was going to go back and go through all the comments to see what the story was.
Most of the time, they're not chatting to us, they're just chatting. It's really nice. They just chat to themselves. So Diamond's there. She's already said hi to Elizabeth, so I think I've missed part of it. We've got Brig, we've got Sylvia, we've got Helen Marie, we've got our David, we've got Heather, Jane, Sarah John, we've got Jane, our lovely Jane Royston, who has got some beautiful samples coming up at my show at 11 o'clock this morning.
That we only use.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got that today.
We got Sue, we got Elizabeth. Have I got you all, gang? They're all saying good morning to each other. David doesn't know which way's up. That starts the day, David. That starts the day. We got Sylvia. Have I said Sylvia already? Everyone's saying good morning.
Yes. That's good to know.
The fish in the pond need feeding, David. That's from Brig, the wife.
I love the fact that they're communicating through the chat.
Yeah.
They're just shouting down the stairs.
Pauline, Karina. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
It is lovely to have your company. If you do want to join in the online chat, it is a proper little group these days. Just go onto Facebook. It is the Hochanda page, and you'll see where we're chunnering on. And then underneath you'll see all the comments, and that's the gang.
Being professional, not chunnering on.
Yes.
Needless to say, everything we're chatting about you'll find on the web.
Oh.
Parley, parley, parley.
From no time to wow.
That's your wake-up call.
Yeah. 7 Day Savers.
Now, these are just some of them. Of course, we just spoke about some of the, obviously the dyes. That's one of the 7 Day Savers. Just having a little peruse at some of those others. There's fabrics, there's card bases, there's adhesives in there. Definitely worth having a little look. But don't forget, those prices are going to go up at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning when we release a new set of 7 Day Savers. But for the time being, we've got your Sunrise Specials.
Alistair kept putting in different sting.
Oh, did he, just to trip you up?
Yeah.
Oh, they do that, those cheeky directors.
Cheeky. David has said, if you are going to, the Facebook and you want to join in, remember to turn the comments on. If you don't, like, if you can't see the comments...
You have to slide, don't you, I think? Is it a slidey thing to see them?
Really, no. But if you do that, then you'll see all the gang chatting away.
Indeed.
Okay, shall we get cracking on?
Yeah, why not? Now, all the deals that we're going to be showing you with this section, the prices are going to go up at, what time is it? 8 o'clock.
Yes.
So, yeah, get in nice and early with these. They sell out beforehand, then sadly we have to say goodbye to them, and some really good deals.
Goodbye. First of all, goodbye. First of all, we've got some beautiful cardstock. This is a lovely weight of cardstock. Obviously, designed to go with the pastels, which are in the kit, but it's a really nice weight cardstock. When you're using pastels, it needs a key, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, because if it's too smooth, it just won't take. It needs something to grip onto.
Yeah, it just falls off.
It does.
So you've got really nice card, different colour palette as well. Like you've got, you can see it there.
Kind of like mushroom tone in that one, yeah, nice.
You've got mushroom, you've got cream, you've got a white in there as well, which is lovely. You've then got the pastels, of course. Bear with, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, bless you. Oh, better out than in.
Oh, I know. Sneezers, the funny things, aren't they, sneezers?
Yeah. Is it your tongue on the roof of your mouth? Not on the roof of your nose. That'd be impressive.
I couldn't do that.
But on the roof of your mouth, isn't that supposed to stop you?
Really?
Yeah, I think. Was that? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Keep your eyes open there, but not too much because your eyeballs can pop out.
You do that, you put your tongue to the top of your mouth when you're posing for a photograph, don't you?
Oh, is that what it is? She's on a shelf.
Don't know, she's used to that.
She.
Put your tongue to the top of the mouth, yeah.
I just look like a tortoise when I do that.
You catch yourself when you're looking at photos, it's like winded in. You're taking that next thing way too far.
That's it. Ooh! I didn't realise we've got all of these in here.
So we've also got our lovely little pastels. So you've got your pastels. You've got your full colour... Oh, stop faffing. Full colour palette there. So you've got all your different colours of pastels. Pastels are lovely because obviously they're soft, aren't they? They give you that really nice... Shall we have a little go?
Yeah, let's have a go with it.
Come on, Hayley.
Now, we've got a little kind of foam piece here. Is that just for packaging, or could you actually use that as like a little blender?
I think it's just protection.
Okay, fair enough.
I think. I know I've not used pastels properly, but my dad used to paint in colouring pastels many moons ago. Who knows what he does now? But when you start blending the colours, look how beautiful. They're just so soft, aren't they? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
It's a case that you kind of go in soft and build it up, really, with these, isn't it? So you want that kind of, well, sometimes you want that kind of graduation of colour. Sometimes you might want it a little bolder. But, yeah, they do blend beautifully.
But look, you've got that, look, you can blend the actual colours. See how beautiful they'll blend together. Apparently you can mix them with water, which is actually something I haven't done.
And isn't there a thing about you can set them in place with things like hairspray, cheap hairspray, stuff like
absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. Really nice then. So, half price deal on them. You've got your beautiful pastels, really nice cardstock as well. A3 cardstock, so obviously you can cut that down. Gorgeous, only £15.85. That's your price.
Bargain, I like the idea of those. All come in a fabulous little box as well, so easy for you to transport, take off to your classes. But of course, we saw Leonie working with those gorgeous glitters. She was working with the really luxurious gold, but you've got a whole host of different colours here. Some really pretty colours.
These are lush.
Nice, I like that blue.
Super fine. Really beautiful glitters. You've got a lovely collection. That blue is divine.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, look at that.
There you go. Let's try and show you some of these as we work our way through.
I like the black, to be honest. It's nice to have a black glitter. Now, you're getting your glitter pots. The black, look, it looks like, you see it's got that sort of silver in it as well.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
It's like a black sky with the beautiful stars shining through.
Nice. See, I like this teal.
Yeah, the teal's beautiful.
This teal.
The purple. And I'm not normally a purple fan. But there's a purple.
Well, you've got two gradients of the purple as well, so if you want to do an ombre effect,
oh yes, we could do that.
Ombre. Or is that underlay?
Underlay.
Always get mixed up.
You got a bit of a copper tango there. You got a little bit of a. Shall I do a horseshoe?
I think
now-
we're running out of space, aren't
Yes, let's do a horseshoe. Now, the other thing that you've got in here, of course, is a peel-off. Oh, I can feel myself going a bit wonky there. The other thing
Oh, I
that
thought you
you've
meant you were
got-
going to sneeze again.
No, as we get the glitters out.
we? Hey, glitter cloud.
Which is lovely, just back to pride, essentially. The other thing that you've got with these are the peel-off stickers. Now, these are, when you look at your peel-off stickers, don't try and peel them off from the top. That
Okay.
isn't going to work. What you need to do, it's got a protective sheet on it. We're just popping things on the floor. So you peel off the protective sheet and then you can actually take the glitter off. So if I get maybe, so I'll get this
You've already
time.
created a lovely little bird with this set.
Indeed. So I've got now the little log for him to sit on, which I should have put on before the leaves really, but hey ho. So we'll pop that there. So you've got your little sticky one now. Can you see, at first when you put that on, you can't really see anything at all. But if I now take one of my glitters, pop that over the top, push it into... I haven't stuck that down proper. I really haven't stuck that down
But I
proper.
think there's a little bit of glitter on the cards to start with, so yeah.
So you've got that first of all. Okay.
Nice.
But then... Oh, soz.
You gotta be quick, you gotta be quick.
But then what you do, you know the bit that's left over? You take that off as such and then fill in.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So you can, it's almost like paper piecing.
Okay.
But you paper piecing with your peel off sticker, which is actually quite good fun.
And I'm guessing that if you wanted to, you could just use a quickie glue pen and fill in the centre of it as well.
Yeah.
That's a way of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. What colour shall we put? Shall we put gold in there? Please, could I pinch the paper?
Oh, yeah,
again?
there you go. I'm just
in
trying
case
to figure
it all
out the
goes
logistics
wrong.
here. Excuse me, put my arm across you, Leon.
The logistics. Have we got any?
Logistics. Nah, it's just a good word to use, isn't it?
It's cracking word.
More than one syllable. I
Cracking
like it.
word for early morning. There we go.
Ah, pretty.
So you're filling in your little gaps. Quite cool, aren't they?
Useful, I like
so
that.
on that peel off sticker sheet, you have got your birdies. You've got loads of birds. You've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 7 little birdies on there that you
Nice.
can create that kind of look with. And then obviously, yeah, you get your glitter, your lovely two-way glitter pen, glue pen, or whatever. You can do so much with them. But they're just gorgeous glitters, aren't they?
Well, this is nice.
Quite
And if
frankly.
you to add in those quickie glue pens at the bottom of your screen, you're still paying way less than the original price for those glitters on their own. So it's definitely worth adding the two of those in together. 388-9582. If you wanted to get hold of that, what did I miss?
I was trying to balance this and I was just giving up. I'm giving up. I've done it.
There you
It's
go.
okay.
Ta-da! There you go. Spellbinders Dice, you found these already,
Wow.
and already nearly a quarter of the stock has gone, and I'm not surprised. Have you looked at the saving on this? It's not often we can say you've got a 90% saving.
I know. Do you know what? The deals that we have for Spellbinders are just a bit daft.
Place to
quite
go, isn't it?
frankly.
Definitely.
Definitely. These are grandes. The grande templates. With this one, it is a box maker. And that is really quite cute, isn't it? So you've got in one die, you're creating your little box.
Well,
so that's in one pass.
And it all locks in together, so there's
Yeah.
no glue needed for that.
I think that is lovely. But that, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's a little box. But the way that goes, I wonder if you could use that, like in your memory book, stuff like
I
that.
should imagine so, yeah, because it sits quite flat,
Yeah,
doesn't it? Yeah.
I really like that design. You've got your nesties. I mean, Spellbinders were the originator of the nesties,
They certainly
weren't they?
were, yeah.
And you've got a lovely little nestie there.
It's a nice shape.
Yeah, really pretty. Your label's 24. And actually, when you come to score that and fold it in, you can create all sorts of that. So you don't need to leave it as a solid shape if you
That's
don't
it.
want to.
Set them offset as well if you want to turn them into little
What have you
flowers.
got?
These are clever. Do you remember Lassie?
I do
Lassie work with a
indeed.
little craft knife. Well, these dies do it for you. So what you've got a series of different sizes with those little elements, and they cut in, and you kind of fold them back and tuck them in on themselves to give you that kind of result. And of course, you've got full instructions featured on there. Yes, it's your original kind of cut, fold, and tuck.
Well done.
As it says on there. Pronunciation is key with that
I
phrase.
always say that very slowly.
Exactly.
Very
It's a bit
slowly.
like clocks and cogs.
Oh my good grief. That's
Murky waters if you're not careful.
Oh, that is just asking for trouble.
is, yeah.
Asking for trouble, that one.
Details on your screen. Now be quick with those because, as I said, very popular. 90% saving doesn't come along that often. 551066.
one of our friends got the clock wrong on the other side, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Nigel May.
He did, yes. But,
One of the best bloopers I've ever seen. It really makes me laugh every
Sometimes
time.
if I feel as if it could go wrong, I call them timepieces.
That's good.
Just
well
to be
done.
on the safe side.
Well done.
You're in
Well
safe
done.
safer
Safer waters with a timepiece.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh, really?
These are nice.
You've got tons.
Do you know what?
3 metres on each.
On each, and these are brilliant. If you've not been on your summer holidays yet and you're looking to make yourself a little kind of beach wrap around or maybe a kimono style beach cover, then these are absolutely beautiful for these. Even as shawls. And the nice thing is, because of the style of fabric that it is, you don't really need to sew these. You can literally cut them because they're not going to fray.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're into things like your Powertex, then you could use these. I mean, you've got so much for $9.99.
I tell you what, if you... Me, Halloween, I could be like a Halloween bride. obviously, straight away I just want to wrap it round and pretend I'm a witch. But they're quite drapey, aren't they? Could
But
just
you
be
know
a
what? You
witch.
could just have them thrown over the sofa as well if you wanted to, couldn't you? If you got maybe a bit of a dodgy sofa, a few questionable marks on there, then you could cover them up with these.
Yeah, they're really nice. I suppose you could literally have them at the windows, just instead of nets.
Yeah, you could do if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And you've got some really nice patterns through those as well. So I mean, use them on things like your jelly plates as well.
Yes.
I mean, have a look at that there. You can see it. Gorgeous design.
Or with your double-sided, your double-sided adhesive with your superfine
Oh,
glitters.
yeah.
Because that's it with your print. Because that one's a nice design as well. Look at that one.
That's pretty. It's like little
Nice,
mandalas in there.
aren't
Whee! Let's have a look at them all very quickly.
They're beautiful. Yeah, I like that. For a tenner.
Yeah, tenner. You can't go far wrong, can you?
So 3 metres of each for a tenner. That is
Bargain.
a serious saving.
Bargain.
Beautiful. That is working out at £1.67 per metre.
Incredible value.
I'd love to know, if you're buying yours, what you're going to use with yours.
Definitely. Yeah. 165 170 if you wanted to get a hold of those. Very busy for those, and as I said before, it's not limited to one per customer. So if you fancy going for more than one of those, then please do. Can't guarantee it'll be in a continual run. I know many of our suppliers do them in continual runs, but assume that it's not, and then if it is, it's a bit of a bonus.
I'm watching, I'm seeing what everyone's saying. David went, Powertex!
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely.
Don't
Definitely. This time we've got papers for you, but we've got large sizes because we're looking at A3 with these. And what a collection. You're getting 40 sheets of these. Lovely finish. They've got a smooth finish, although they don't look as if they are smooth because of the way that they're printed. Printed double-sided as well, so it's brilliant if you are wanting to see the outside as well as the inside of the project that you're working on. But you've got a whole host of different colours here.
Absolutely. They look textured, but actually they're smooth, aren't they? Have you
I
just said that?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I do apologise.
I love the way you hang on my every word. It's just rude.
So I read it.
Forgive me.
As soon as I said it, I thought, I wonder if Ailey's actually said that. As soon as it popped out of my mind.
Half a sentence and you thought, this sounds familiar. I'm having deja vu here.
do. It's too busy reading.
It's okay, don't worry.
I was trying to catch up with what they've been saying. I mean, when they say things like strap yourself in and jump, I mean, it's like...
You need to know more, don't you?
It's like, what is that talking about? You know what I mean? Anyway, sorry, we're back in the room.
Over a quarter of the stock has gone.
Wow.
These. Yeah.
I love these because it's not too heavy. You can do some really nice folds with these, can't you?
Yeah.
And obviously, because it is a nice big size, like, have you said envelopes and stuff as well?
No, you're right. You can have that one.
You can do envelopes and things. Lovely for stamping on. You can do all sorts, but you look at all your different colours as well.
Uncoated as well, so if you want to add a little bit of ink, change the dimension of them, then you can do. Nice bases those as well. $10.99 for all of those. 160 848 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Pop them into your basket, and again, another busy item. We are busy this morning. You're in the mood for a bargain.
Indeed.
Certainly in the mood.
We've always got bargains, though, on the sunrise.
On the sunrise. Specials?
I don't even do the sunset ones yet, I get confused. Okay, so spellbinders. We've already had one lot of spellbinders, which are shifting out the door. But you've got your second lot of spellbinders. And these are your borders. When you look at these, okay, obviously they've no cutting edge. on this one, so you can easily match it up
Nice,
and then
yeah.
do a continuous cutting edge. You're cutting, you're embossing, then you're stenciling through. You can layer them up if you wish. You can do loads of different things. Now with this one, that one's got a cutting edge on that side, but nothing there.
Okay.
So, you know, if you want to do things like your pockets in your art journals.
Yeah.
If you want to, obviously, create beautiful finishes at the end of your card. You know, really nice for that. So it'll give you different looks. So they're really cool for different, you know, different variations. It is interesting, because obviously when these were brought out, we weren't thinking art journals, we weren't thinking memory books.
That's right.
Our lovely Kay's just over there.
Yeah.
Now they bring all these ideas and inspiration. It makes you look at your dies differently.
Doesn't it
And it
just?
makes you look at the way you're going to use your dies differently, which I think is, that's why they're so inspirational.
Full instruction gives you a few little ideas of how you can work with these as well. And you've got a lovely set here. You've got 6 dies in total, because each one of those is a little pairing. And I'm guessing you could mix them up if you wanted to.
Absolutely. See, that one doesn't cut on the edge as well, which is pretty. But that, I love that because of all that beautiful
All the
paper
dots,
pricking
yeah,
detail.
nice.
So those only cut on one edge.
Which
Do
is
they
this
cut
one. Again, with this one, you've got one that's cutting on one edge and almost like a little eyelet ribbon on the end of their lace
Yeah.
like. Little butterflies in here, little tulips. They're going to be embossed into your project. But look at the little birds and the egg there. That's cute.
Yeah, that's sweet, isn't it? And I love it because some are going to be cut out, some are going to be embossed in. I mean, when you look at it, you've so many different designs here, different uses as well. Really, really pretty for under a tenner. Saving £47.60. 933 421 is your item number. How much has gone there?
The saving, you've got more than 80%.
Over
yeah.
80% saving.
Good.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal.
Now, there you go, pop those into your basket. But before you check your basket out, do have a look at these, because this is brilliant. You are getting 2 moulds with regards to these, and you're getting your little packs of clay. Wonderful.
Can we see it before you open it?
you
Was
go.
the instruction from Mr. B?
Please to oblige.
Yes, Mr. B. And then we're off. I was going to get a craft knife, but didn't.
Okay.
So we're just going to have to
And of
rip a
course,
bit off.
often you just put a little bit of corn flour in there to dust them. So, yeah, just to be on the safe side. But these are brilliant because you kind of press into them and create your own little wings, which are perfect if you're doing something like a mixed media canvas.
I want to. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah, go on then.
Now, this is... I don't know if it is a polymer, but I know it's you pop it in the oven. So I know you're going to pop it in the oven, not
get mixed up between the
microwavable,
two,
of
yeah.
course. But it is. I mean, they're saying it's a jewellery clay. The reason they're saying it's a jewellery clay is because it's going to be super fine, like a polymer. Quite frankly, it's got the feel of a polymer clay. So I think that's what I'm plumbing for now. This has got a beautiful pearlescent sheen to it, which is lovely. When you're working with clays like this, it is important to warm them up.
yeah.
So obviously you're squidging them, you're
Going
warming
as quick
them.
as we can.
I used to sit on them when I used to work with a lot of polymer. If you came round, you'd have to sit on a block of polymer clay.
I love that idea.
Yeah, it's, you know, I think there's different ways of softening them, but that worked for me. So work with you a little bit at a time and just start to get that clay going. It's always easier to roll it in the centre of your hand because obviously that's where it's nice and warm.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. So get that clay warm, get it nice and squidgy. And then let's get this into that mould. So when you want to put it in the mould, then you need to get it smooth.
Okay.
So to get it in that mould, let's have a see what it's looking like. So you don't want, you know, when you fold it over again and again, you get those sort of creases. So you don't want the creases when you're going in the mould.
Right, okay. So just
let's
keep
get
going with
that
it.
in, yeah.
We should have thought of this before, shouldn't we? We've been warming it for
Well,
we got here.
yeah.
But it's live, it's letting you know.
I'm going to say I kind of did, but I didn't really.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, so you've got your 2 little moulds there as well. You've got your left wing and your right wing, so to speak.
I like that. I like that. Isn't it a good idea?
Yeah, it makes it easier, doesn't it?
Now let me see if I need more clay.
Okay.
I might need more clay.
I'll keep warming this up for you.
mercy.
We've got some fabulous deals. I'm going to be showing you the rest of the Sunrise specials in a few moments. We've got, obviously, Kay coming up at 8 o'clock. Leonie's going to have a chat with her in a few moments. But if you do want to jump ahead or revisit some of those items we've been speaking about, they are all on the website. Of course, we continue to have that fabulous deal of the day that we launched just about half an hour ago with the Quickie Glue pens, proving to be very popular. 4 of those for £9.99, which are really good value for money.
Right. Okay. So squidge that in. Now with the moulds, look. you've got the top and the bottom element. So you just squidge that. This will be nice with air dry clay as well.
Yeah.
It'll be brilliant with, I was using some resin the other day. Oh my gosh, it'd be lovely with resin. So squidging that down, let me have a little look, see. Look at that detail. So then when you pop it out, and dead easy to pop out, because obviously it's a lovely silicone mold. Look at that detail. I like that.
That is amazing.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is really pretty. And of course, the other one is going to make the opposite to that pair.
And actually, can you see you've got, because you can see you've got a bit of a lip of clay around there, so I've put too much clay in. And it's nice to get used to how much clay you want to put in. So I'd actually take a bit off, roll that up, do it again, and then I'd always know how much clay I'm putting in it, you know. When you think about it as well, I mean, we've got the air dry clay on the thingy, haven't we? Yeah, with craft along. So it'd work beautiful with the air dry when you've used all your, you know, your polymer up. I like that. I think that's a lovely, lovely kit. How much? A tenner.
A tenner. I mean, that's worth it for the moulds itself, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You'll reuse those over and over
They're
again.
Beautiful.
If you want to know, 575-551 is that all-important item number. Some other items that we can share with you as well. Have a little look at these. Fabulous Phil Martin always brings us some incredible stamps. Well, this one, look at the saving. £26 saving, bring them down to just £15.97. You've got your wedding sentiments in there, your achievements, hearts and borders, things like congratulations on your wedding day, happily ever after, forever and ever. There's loads on there. Congratulations, so proud of you, and some beautiful heart-shaped borders with lovely little squiggly hearts in there. 405891 if you're wanting to pop those into your basket. We've also got a lovely set of heartfelt creation stamps for you as well. These ones are just £10.94. Huge saving again, £19.40. 373318. You've got things in there like almost like your Frankie machine labels with the thank you, that means so much to me, love, joy, happiness, and the most exquisite little bird houses. They are red rubber, all mounted and scrolled ready for you to use. And then of course we've got Catherine's Craft Along coming up 18th of August, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a Sunday. You can be a part of it. Now today is the last day for you to get hold of this and have it delivered in time for the Craft Along. And I think it's the last day to qualify for that £5 credit to spend in the Craft Along store. 011971, just £24.94. But of course we are here with Good Morning, Hochanda.
Hello again. Lovely to have your company. We've got the wonderful Kate in the building. I was chatting about you over there because I think you've made us think about dyes differently. Isn't it funny? You know, like how to use things, how to use dyes and things differently because of the wonderful books that you're both creating.
Well, Maggie does most of the dyes. Yeah. I do one, but everybody... I've done one so far. But Maggie's done
But it was genius.
Well, well.
It was genius. It is the one that you can't keep in stock.
But it's basically, they use them as tools.
Yeah.
So they're not, you know, they're not a style. They're a tool that you can use time and time again over all your papers. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what style of paper you can still use our dyes for it.
Which is amazing. Yeah. It is amazing.
And we've got some new ones coming out soon, so that's cool.
Yay! No, you're on your own today,
okay? I know. I just said,
like Maggie at
Billy
home.
No Mates. No, I'm with a fantastic company, Craftex. So we've got the Bubblux.
What is this then?
It's a craft sheet.
Right.
It's foam craft sheet, and it comes in A4 size.
Right.
And it's like that.
Tough.
It's tough. You can use it outside. You can mould it.
Wow.
You can transform it into any colour you want.
So how do I get that mouldable? Because that is hard.
Yeah, just heat it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll use a craft.
So with the heat gun?
Heat gun, I've got a heat gun, or you can use our hairdryer.
Wow. Okay.
I've got a heat gun because it's quieter, but yeah.
So to actually cut this, is it easy to cut?
Yeah, scissors, craft knife, or you can use Sizzix Big Die. That cuts beautifully. Sizzix Big Die gives a lovely finish on the outside.
Amazing.
As well. You can sand it as well if you want to smooth the surface. You can sand it. You can transform it. So I've got a couple of examples here. So that's one of the examples I did.
Wow.
So that was, I can't remember what colour it was now, but whatever it was, I've painted that and it's turned it into a rusty cogs.
Wow. And so that's been cut with big styes?
Yeah, that's been cut with the big styes, and then I've done paint effects on that. I've put paste on it and paint effects to give it a rusty effect, so it looks completely different.
Amazing. And I think the important bit is, obviously, looking there, because you can make it bend.
Yeah.
So because it's completely mouldable, you've cut the shape, but then you heat it again, completely
so I've done the
mouldable.
corners. I've done a cog for the corners and bent the corners.
Amazing. Does it stick to itself, or do you need
no,
to use
you
adhesive?
need adhesive. I tend to use hot glue gun.
Amazing.
And if I'd remember to bring it with me, I would have used it. That's but that one's transformed from all different colours. So the base plate of that, I've done it on one sheet of the Bubblux.
Yeah.
And it actually was, looking at the back, is red.
Yes.
But you would never believe it was red. Because I've changed the colour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Completely
I put pastes
different.
on it. The wooden panels, I've got a paint effect. You know, you would do peeled paint effect.
Yes, I love that effect.
We can do it. We can do it with Bubblux.
Fantastic.
Easy
so
peasy.
it does take your paint, okay?
Acrylic paint loves it.
Really?
Yeah. So
because you'd think it'd just peel back off again, wouldn't you?
No, it loves it.
Amazing.
Yeah, and you can use that.
Are these Poscas and things that you've used on that?
I've got Poscas on there. I've got the glue gun I've done for the little centres of the thing.
Amazing.
And, and that's because it's got acrylic paint. You can leave it outside, so you could have it. If you've got your patio decoration, you can have it outside.
And the thing is, because when it cools down, it literally. That is going nowhere.
No, it's not. It's firm. Once it's bent and it's cooled back down again. And if you don't like it, remold it.
Reheat it.
Reheat it at a reshape. You can heat and boss on it.
Amazing.
It's fantastic with heat. Yeah, heat and boss on it.
What
as
an
well.
interesting product.
It looks. Thinking.
It just looks like plastic sheet.
A plastic sheet, but you can do so much with it. You can transform it into what you want.
I've
done a load of costume jewellery. I've done some crowns last time.
It's going to be amazing for jewellery.
I've done spray paint on it.
Oh.
You can do earrings with it. It's really light as well. It's not heavy.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So I just had some gold lurking around, so I just did a load of crowns.
Yeah.
I've done a Wonder Woman thing.
Oh my gosh!
So they're on display
as well. Of course, it's going to be so easy for stuff like that.
You can turn it. You can make it look like leather. You can make it look like wood.
Amazing! That is really cool.
So you can do, basically, you're just limited with your imagination.
Yeah,
whatever you want to do. Or you can just cut it out and have it as a simple shape and just put it on a card.
Yeah, if you want to.
It's that lightweight.
Each one of those, you really want to play though, don't you? Because it allows you to do so much. What time are you up then, RK?
I'm on at 8.
At 8 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm
right.
at 8.
RK is going to be on at 8 o'clock. We've got, what's it called again?
Bubblux.
Bubblux. What a fabulous name. Bubblux. Coming up at 8 o'clock. Annie said, thank you to Kay. Kay will be up on the show with the Bubblux, and you can see there. Oh, I really want to have a go at that. That looks ace. Loads of different colours. There's so many beautiful things. You've got white, blue, green, yellow, red and black. But tune in to K at 8 o'clock to see loads more. That's coming up. But some of my specials are for this hour only.
They most certainly are, and some of them you've got as much as a 90% saving. So if you have only just joined us, jump onto the website. You'll be able to find all of those deals on there. But I didn't get to show you these in the flesh, so we have got some fabulous Phil Martin stamps. We've got a trio of sets here. Brilliant value for money because you are saving £26 on these, bringing that price right the way down to £15.97. And of course, we love Phil's designs. He comes up with some beautiful sentiments, some wonderful fonts, and some really pretty borders. Now, these borders work beautifully with the wedding set because, of course, you've got all of your wedding and your romance-themed sentiments. Then you've got this one here. Graduations, of course, we've got those A-level results coming out for many people next Thursday. You might need some of those you've passed stamps. You might need some of those congratulations on your graduations. It's that time of year as well, isn't it? But these are useful stamps to have in your stash just in case you need them. You might not have a need for them immediately, but knowing that they are there when you do need them, and that you paid a bargain price for them is even better. 405891. Now they are clear polymer stamps, so perfect for your lining up. So here you can see you've got those borders with those little hearts in there, and each one of these is going to be a little bit different. You've often got a left and a right with these as well, but what Phil does is make sure that you haven't got two that are exactly the same. Now they might be similar but flipped for left and right, but then you've got different sizes with these, and that is something he's very particular about, because he doesn't want you finding that you've got two repeats of any of the stamps that he brings to you. Sentiments you've got for your graduations, and obviously things like your exams, passing your driving test, all featuring on there. And then of course you've got your wedding ones, which work so well with those gorgeous little borders. 52 stamps in total for £15.97. It's what you call a bargain. 405891 if you're wanting to get hold of those. But if you're in the mood for stamps and you're in the mood for a bargain, check out these. Another brand that we know and love here at Hochanda, Heartfelt Creations. And these ones, you've got two sets, but you've got 7 stamps over the 2 sets. So you've got your Frankie machine labels, kind of here that you've got there, but they're really pretty ones there. You mean so much to me, thanks. Isn't that a nice little sentiment? And they're good size stamps as well. I mean, look at that one there. That one is your love, joy and happiness one that you can see down at the bottom. So the packaging is just kind of an idea of what you're getting on that stamp out. But then you've got obviously your protective layer on the back that is protecting that cling, the cling that you can then pop onto your acrylic block or onto your work area if you're wanting to take your paper to the stamp. You've got all of those sitting on one stamp plate, and then on the other you've got the beautiful little bird houses with that rose detail in there. Really good sizes and incredible value for money. £10.94 for all of those. 373318 if you're wanting to take advantage of those. But of course, 7 o'clock this morning, about 40 minutes ago, there or thereabouts, we kicked off a brand new deal of the day, as we do 7 o'clock every single morning. This time it's the turn of Pink Frog Crafts with your quickie glue pens. These are invaluable because of course you've got that ballpoint tip with these that are making sure that you get that glue down exactly where you want. Precision with these every single time, just right like you would do normally. And then you can lay that glue down. It will be blue when you pop it down in place, but then what you can do is wait for it to dry and then apply things like your glitters. It could be foil, it could be your gilding flakes, it could be your pastels, your mica powders. Anything can adhere to that once it is tacky. And what I will mention to you is, if you're going there to get hold of these, do check out our sunrise specials with the glitters that we've got. They work alongside it perfectly. £9.98 though if you're wanting your quickie glue pens. 771231 being that all important item number. Pop them into your baskets, but do check your baskets out, because any of these deals, those price, well these ones it's the whole day, but any of our sunrise specials, the deals are only there for this hour and time is ticking away. Take advantage of those while you have the opportunity, and if you want to go for more than one set, then you can do. Please add as many as you like into your basket. But of course we've got lots of sharing with you during this hour, and some of them are flying out, just like the Spellbinders dies. Now here you've got 3 fabulous dies for just £9.99. Amazing bargain. Have you seen the price? Have you seen the saving? £94.73. And this is brilliant because this is the place to come to if you want those bargain prices with your Spellbinders dies. Got a collection here of 3 different sets. So you've got, first of all, your Labels 24. Now there will be other dies that will have married up with these. These ones are kind of your mats and your layers, but look at those for petal shapes. Aren't they pretty? Really pretty dies. Perfect for matting and laying. You've got that graduation of size, as you can see there, but of course what you can do with some of these as well is when you cut them out and you lay them down onto the previous layer, there's nothing stopping you from kind of twisting those around and making different styles with these, almost like a Tudor rose style flower you could create with those. So with those I think you've got 7, oh you've got 5 there in those. You've got your Grande die. Your Grande die is going to create this kind of folded box, so like a little envelope kind of idea, but every little area you've got something in there that you could cut out. Apertures, flowers as decoration, use them in a variety of different ways, as you can see. And then the final one, this one's really interesting because you're actually going to be able to cut and fold and tuck those little pieces in to give a fabulous lacet effect. Really pretty, different sizes, as you can see. And again, making beautiful embellishments. In fact, they would sit beautifully in the centre of that little envelope there. £9.99 for all of those. It's not a choice of, you are getting all of them. User item number 551066. You need to be quick though. That price is going to go up, and also they're flying out, so you could miss out on them because of the quantity. Something else that's flying out, our lace. And this is brilliant because you are getting 2 huge pieces. 6 metres in total, 3 of your black, 3 of your white, and it's a lovely lacy effect. Many of us have already looked at this and thought, yes, Powertex, get your Powertex involved with these, because you've got some beautiful designs with these, lacy-like designs with these. So if I hold that up, you should be able to see the light going through there, and you've got that gorgeous kind of mandala look with that, really, really pretty. With the white one, you've got more strips, light formation with your pattern on this one, but again, equally pretty. I'm just trying to find the edge of it. So as I can get in there. Ooh, there we go. Open that up. And again, this one, chop into it if you're wanting to. Beautiful designs. And again, you could spritz through this, put it little pieces on your gel plate if you're wanting to get that transferred over. As Leonie said, put it on your sticker sheets, sprinkle your glitter through, take it away, put another glitter in place. Beautiful, time and time again. Very busy for those, and if you're on your classes or your workshops, you've got loads in there. £9.99 at 165,170. Again, if you fancy going for more of those, you can do. Now, where do we go for inspiration? Well, we look at our craft along, and our lovely Catherine is going to be coming up on the 18th of August. If you want to get your kit, today is the last day that we can guarantee delivery, and of course you've got that £5 voucher which you'll be able to use. If you don't order today, then you're going to miss out on both of those opportunities. We'll still be able to get hold of your kit, and of course you can order on the day. But if you want to craft along, now is the time to do it. 011971. If you want to get involved with your craft along, those are the details you need, and this is what you're going to be up to.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, or from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. Each month we will be bringing you a brand new kit that you can purchase on the day of each show. Or if you pre-order your kit, you will receive £5 off a purchase of £20 or more of any additional products featured within our Craft Along brand shop that month. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
Adding to our library of craft alongs, it's Catherine's turn. I think it's her first craft along with us. 011971 if you're wanting to get hold of your kits. They're always popular, and I know Catherine's really pleased at how many of you are investing in that kit to join her on the 18th of August. But of course we have our 7-day savers that we've been telling you about during this hour as well, and this is just one of them. It's the Dovecraft Essential die set. You've got 15 dies in total, or die sets should I say, 33 dies, and this is a brilliant starter set of dies. Perhaps a novice crafter or a child that's getting into crafts, team this up with a die cutting machine and they are good to go. A little bit of extended delivery on these, but we're only talking the 16th of August, so it's not even a week away really, is it? 18, no, that's the price. £18.95 if you're wanting those. I'm getting everything muddled up. But of course we are here alongside our lovely Jo Channon, because last night we launched a brilliant one-day special. It's the opportunity for you to get your craft room organised, but then to decorate your organisation to however you want it to be. 788 310, and it's your one-day special.
Jink, 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 jink. Hello, Arjo.
Good morning.
One day special.
Yes.
One day special. Now,
Fantastic.
it's really different for a one day special. I don't know if we've had MDF as a one day special before.
Well, you certainly haven't had Lasersmith. This is the first time.
We've
for a
had
one-day special.
Have we had Lasersmith shows before?
Yes, yeah. I've done a couple of 2-hour slots.
Right.
Since I think for about 3-4 months or something like that.
Amazing.
And always done tremendously well, and every everybody loves it.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, they know Lasersmith from years of seeing them at exhibitions and the quality of it, you see. So, and he specialises in storage.
Right.
Which is key.
Really handy.
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at this, it's a substantial piece. It's not small. That is a big piece. Yeah. It's substantial. It's thick MDF.
Yeah, it's 6 mil.
So it's going to last, isn't it? This is going to, once you put that together, it's going to be, it's going to be there for years.
Oh, it is. This is a sort of product that you are going to buy with longevity. You're not going to buy it just on a whim to last, say, maybe a year and then replace it because it's bowing. You've overloaded it with so much stuff. You know what I mean.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
But this is just one piece of the 2-piece of the one-day special. But
so you've got, so this is the, this is your, it's coming on. This is
the desk filing system. Well, desk tidy filing system,
Okay,
so you've got the desk tidy with this one, and then you've got the, I couldn't carry it in, I'm sorry, it's approximately this high.
Wow, so massive.
So and it's circular with the different shelves on.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was uber popular.
For 23 quid.
Yes. Yeah, and it must be this high.
Wow.
It's got at least 3 shelves on each side for the 4 sides, and you decide roughly with limit obviously of where to put your shelf in.
Yeah.
So if you want a taller item in one shelf and then a lesser
item
idea. In another.
Does it spin?
It doesn't spin, but it's got a solid base. So what I was suggesting...
Get a lazy Susan.
That's it.
Yeah. And then you can have it. And actually you have to be careful because if you spin it too fast, then everything drops out. That's amazing.
But also, because of the lovely look of it as well, and depending obviously on how you decorate it, it makes a beautiful piece of furniture as well in maybe a bathroom, bedroom, or even a lounge if you do it in coordination with the home decor.
And that's the beautiful thing about buying flat MDF.
Yes, it
because
is.
you can decorate it however you want. I mean, this has got the papers. You can use your paints, you can use your stencils. I mean, you can really go to town. 23 quid. That's the kind of price for 2 big pieces you can buy and resell.
Honestly, you can easily do that. There is no question. You can have all the fun that you have with decorating it, and then you can sell it. And there's no problem about selling it, as long as obviously you're selling it as a finished piece.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, it was so popular. It did ever so well, and I think it's because Lasersmith has such a good name.
Yes.
And people have purchased from Hochanda before, they've purchased from shows from Mike. I mean, the company's been going since 2012.
Really?
Yeah. Family company as well, which is superb.
Yeah.
They're lovely, lovely people to work with.
I'm going to come and have a little nosy.
Oh, good.
A little nosy. There's going to be stuff I need, isn't there?
Oh, there definitely is.
And you've not just got the one day special, you've got loads of other goodies on the show
we
as well.
We have, and also we have got this tremendous bundle. So basically, we've got the one-day special with the circular system, and also the desk tidy. And then also, all the way to the rest of the counter, we've got a blending tool holder, we've got a glue holder, we've got another filing system for A4 files or magazines.
Amazing, yeah.
Oh, we've got paper racks, 12-inch A4. Oh my goodness me, we've got so much.
To choose.
Fantastic. And what Mike's done is, which is amazing, is he's done a one cost on the whole bundle.
Wow.
This is the
so
one.
You could get good grief, that must weigh a ton to get delivered.
You would never. I would personally. This is quite heavy just on its own. So trailing this from shop or shows or anything, but you're going to get this delivered to your door.
Yeah.
I just think that's
You're part of Hochanda freedom. You're not even paying postage.
No.
Right. I want to have a look at the big bundle, quite frankly. Joel, thank you ever so much.
My pleasure.
You and Mark up at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Right, and obviously it'll be Mark's. Will it be his second or third show?
It'll be his third show. He did 2 last night, and he did fabulously well.
Amazing. That's really sweet.
It's good.
That's it. We've got him.
We've got him now.
You'll be seeing more of our Mark. Thank you, our Joe.
My pleasure.
Joe will be coming up with you at 9 o'clock. Look at all those goodies that you can get hold of. Honestly, that is such a good show. And look at that big bundle that Joe were on about. Only 60 quid. for that. Good grief, that's amazing. Do check that out. It is a really good show, really different as well for a one-day special. That's coming up at 9 o'clock with our lovely Jo and Mark. But next, the deal of the day.
Well, it won't stick it, and also it says 3 o'clock when it ends, when the clock goes
right. It does. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense.
But that's life.
Yeah. The deal of the day clock. Ignore it.
Yeah.
Just ignore that.
Just remember, it's 24 hours from whenever we start it.
Yeah, which is now. That's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why, but there's bound to be a management reason for it. There's bound to be.
It's just because the clock fitted in better that way.
It's probably nice and neat.
That'll be
That's what it is.
Yeah, nothing to do with the time, it just looks pretty. Anyway, deal of the day, more importantly, quickie glue pens. An absolute crafty essential. It's funny, really, because you kind of forget as well you can do sticking with these. Which you kind of forget, don't you?
Yeah.
But the wonderful thing with these, if you stick while the glue's wet, then it's a permanent stick. But if you leave it to go dry first, so it goes clear, then it's a temporary stick, which means, you know, when you're doing masks and you want to create your own post-it notes, so the notes are available. But when you want to create your own temporary sticky notes, you can use that. So it's really, they're a clever glue pen.
They are, and the thing with these is they've been going forever, haven't they? They're one of those staples that everybody who crafts will have heard of quickie glue pens.
Absolutely.
They're a go-to glue pen for everybody, and you can never have too many of these because, as you say, Leonie, quite easily you can put these down and leave them behind, but having 4 of them is brilliant value for £9.98. Now 771231, of course, Leonie showed us earlier on using a little bit of glitter on there. I've had a little bit of a doodle as well. I do not claim to be an artist by any shape or form, but they're just so easy because we're used to working with a ballpoint pen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
And I think the important thing, Secura, these are by Secura.
Yes.
You know, if you know the gel pens, it's, you know, when you've got that flow, you've got the flow with these. I'd multi-buy these. This is the kind of thing that you put in a safe place, Leonie, and then you can't find, even though you own about 20 million of them. So, Leonie, buy a couple of them, 771231, that's your item number. It's a bargain, but only available for 24 hours. Ignore the clock. What have you got, Miss Ellen?
I'm coming out with a lovely K afterwards.
Oh, fabulous.
Can't wait to see what she's got planned with that.
I have got my Let Leonie Loose, and I've got our lovely Nick stuff, and we've got some brand new stuff as well that our Nick's
got a good day ahead of us today.
Indeed. Stay tuned to Hochanda. Coming up, it is your Bubbalux. That is such a good name. I love it. That's coming up with our hair. Then it's your Lasersmith one day special. And then our Ali's in the building. We stitch your fingers.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using the Hochanda app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Amazon Fire Stick accesses the Amazon App Store to add new applications. By downloading the Hochanda app, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Simply turn on your TV and connect your Amazon Fire Stick. If this is your first time using the device, follow the on-screen instructions to connect to the internet and log into your Amazon account. Once set up, you'll need to open the search bar. To do so, simply use your remote circular directional dial to scroll to the search icon and select it. Now simply type Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. All you need to do now is select download, and remember, it's free. Once this is added to your Fire Stick, you can move the app for easy access. Press and hold your home button on any app and then select apps from the menu that appears. Scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the button with the 3 horizontal lines on your remote and select Move to Front. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hello everyone, we're the Pink Ink Ladies.
I'm Kathy.
And I'm Mel. We've been with Hochanda right from the start and we've been crafting for 30 years. We're passionate about fabric, so our main thing is to stamp on fabric or stencil on fabric. We can't wait to show you all our new hand illustrated stamp and stencil designs, whether you're using them on cards or soft furnishings. Kathy and I get together at Pink Ink Towers and we can't wait to share our ideas. We choose all our subject matter together and then Kathy goes away and hand illustrates all our fantastic finished designs. All of our products are manufactured in the UK and we pride ourselves on the quality of our range. On our shows on Hochanda, we're excited to share all our hints, tips and techniques for you to get the most out of our products.
Please tune in to the Pink Ink shows, get inspired on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. Well, I have to say, I cannot wait for this hour. Had a little look when we were getting ready earlier on today.
Yes,
Bubble look
yeah.
seems amazing.
I was gonna say, you hadn't heard of it before, had you?
hadn't,
No.
no.
So yeah, no, you can do loads with it. It's a craft sheet.
Okay.
So it comes as a sheet. Nice,
And it's
a sheet.
quite a hard plastic
Yeah,
style
it's a solid sheet. It's waterproof, so whatever you do can go outside as well. You can do bunting with it. I've done a little bunting that's gone as
Fabulous.
and it's fabulous because whatever the British weather throws at it, it's
will
fine.
cope.
It looks perfect.
I love it.
And comes out time and time again.
Well, this is it now. We've got the details on the screen. Of course, Kay did join us during Good Morning Hochanda, so we're already busy for this. Naturally, black and white do kind of automatically jump ahead, but we're looking at a pick and mix. You're going to be able to choose any 2 packs, so that means you're going to get 6 of those sheets for £14.98 rather than paying £19.98. But don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going to shy away from those colours, because the colours can be changed quite easily.
Completely.
And that's what you're going to show us now.
Yeah, I'm going to do a really easy dramatic technique with the embossing.
Lovely.
This is a cool technique. It's not a new technique, it's quite an old technique, but it's really cool. So I've cut a shape out and it cuts beautifully with the Scissors Big dies.
Okay, perfect.
Scissors or craft knife.
Lovely.
So I did it with a die. So I'm using VersaFine Clear. So embossing. And then I'm going to use 3 different types of embossing enamel powder. So I've just given that a good. So I'm going to use, the first one is the darkest colour, which is a sort of a bronzy colour.
Okay, so with this technique you go darkest colour first.
Yeah, so you just put it in patches.
Okay, right.
So it looks not terribly exciting at the moment, I'll agree. Okay. And just knock that off.
Okay, do you want me to pop that back in
Yeah,
the
that'd be
pot for
brilliant
you?
if you could. That'd be fantastic.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'll give you the top of that in a sec. Okay, and then we start off with the next one, which is going to be gold.
Okay.
I've already got in the pot.
Okay.
So that, and you just put little patches of that on there as well. So it's just random.
So you're kind of filling in the different areas
Yeah.
with the different styles of embossing powder.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
the third one is your lightest colour, which in this case is silver. It works really well with metallic. You can do it with other colours, but it works particularly well. And you go over the whole area and then with the silver.
Okay.
So obviously if you've missed a bit of embossing powder, then we'll do that later, but that's not too
Not
much
a
of an issue.
problem. No, that's fine.
So you just cover the whole thing. Oops.
Wonderful.
Okay. And I always try and cover my embossing powder when I do this because...
Let me grab that lid as well.
Yes, please. Yes, thank you. And then just heat it up.
Okay, lovely. So just a standard heat tool that we're working with there.
Because I'm using embossing powder, I use the one with this, which has got the concentrated nozzle in the heat.
Okay.
If I'm shaping it, I would probably tend to use the hairdryer type one, so you get a more diffused heat.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But
so you can loads of different techniques, incredible number of finished samples as well to share.
And then
with
once it's heated up, you see,
wow,
it never ever tires doing this, and it's so dramatic. And you change the colour completely.
Oh my goodness!
And of course, I've heated it up, so it's a little bit. So you can do it on the other side as well. So you can see how it's moving because I've heated it up. So let's do that, and then we can have a moving star if you want. So you can have it in whatever shape you want.
And then when it cools, it sets in whichever shape that you've placed it.
So it's got a little bit, so there's a little bit of movement in the star. So if you did it on the other side, you could have that hanging on.
Well, as you said, I mean, you completely changed the format of that.
Yeah.
Where you've got the embossing powder, you can't see any of that green coming through
Exactly.
at all.
You can see where it is on the sides, but if you wanted to, you can go around the sides and redo that. So you can change the colours completely, and it doesn't take but it's now cool.
That is amazing. Oh, wow.
And it's an old technique, but it works so well on this. It's brilliant.
Certainly is. And here, I love this because you can see how the different colours have been used here. But when you've actually coloured them, it's kind of uniforms that colour.
Yeah, that's I did that the whole lot. I did with a black gesso, so it tied it in, so it was all the same black. And then I've just gone over with luscious powders and water.
That is
Really good
brilliant.
blue. So that's all those are. And I just spritzed it and let it dry naturally. And it's totally changed the colour.
Hasn't it just?
So I did it half and half, so you can see the colour
That's
transformation.
amazing. Now, let me show you those different colours that we've got available for you. It couldn't be simpler. Jump onto the website, you'll be able to see our pick and mix there. The details are automatically on your screen. And if you are ordering by the phone lines, just give them the note of that colour. You can double up on colours if you want to. You could go for your red, your yellow, your green, your blue, your white, whichever you fancy. And let Maggie get herself ready for her next demonstration because... Oh, sorry. Getting mixed up. Sorry, I do apologise. It's Kay. Kay is going to get ready for her demonstration. And yeah, if you want to get hold of yours, you can see any two of those 3-sheet packs. Pop into your basket for just £14.98. I've got a feeling you'll come back and revisit this because you will want more of these. First time I've seen it in action and I am blown away. Solid colours as you can see here, but don't forget those are going to change. You can change the colour of those if you wanted to. Cut them with your scissors, punch them, emboss them. You are going to have some incredible results with regards to these. You can mould and shape it in an incredible amount of different ways. There's a little bit of heat application to it. Melts it slightly, gives it that malleable feeling, and then you can turn it into whatever you like. You can see here we've got some of those bright tones there where they've been embossed. Put them through an embossing folder, as quick and easy as that. Using your thin dies with these as well, as you can see, you're going to get that impression. It's not going to cut through, it's going to give that impression, which of course is almost like an embossing folder in its own right. But then get your big dies involved and you can die cut. Die cut, as you can see here, things like your gears and your cogs. What about those floral dies that you've got? You could be creating 3-dimensional flowers that are not going to get squished. These are home decor pieces that you are going to be able to keep over and over again. And the beauty is they can even go outside as well. Jewellery, I mean, have a look at that, where you've got that embossed feature from an embossing folder, creating those metal-like formations there. Some wonderful pieces. I mean, look at this, where you can apply things like your glitters with these, making little covers. Amazing. 3-dimensional pieces as well, making your little boxes. It is incredible, the kind of things that you can do with this. I am just blown away with these. It's waterproof, it's durable, it's so malleable. I mean, look how you can actually bend that round to fit around a wrist there. Punch it with your hole punches. Create things that are going to go into the garden. Imagine popping this in one of your little plant pots and making a fabulous little windmill there. But stamping on it, punching it, changing the colour of it, you are going to have a whale of a time with this. And the kids, oh my goodness, when they get started crafting with these, they are going to love it. So the details are on your screen there. You choose, you pick which colours. Now, obviously, the white and the black, always very popular, but all those other colours worth thinking about as well, because of course you can change the colour of those. £14.98, £799,449. Pop them into your basket. I'm going to head back and see what Kay's up to while I tell you about the deal of the day. We launched this a little over an hour ago and it's been flying out. Quickie glue pens, what's not to love about them? You're going to get 4 of these for just £9.98, so do pop them into your basket. Take advantage of that £10 and 2p saving, but then of course you are going to be able to take advantage of that saving right the way up until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll go up in price though then, and so if you do want to go for multiples, please do. I mean, these are absolutely fabulous to work. I love a glue pen. Can't go far wrong, and I can't resist the temptation. I mean, look at that. How amazing is that? Fabulous. I love it. Imagine crafting these with the kids.
I know, because they're perfect for Halloween and fancy dresses. I've done a load of crowns behind us. So
love it.
Yeah. So
if you go into like a masked ball, amazing. I love that.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
World Book Day.
Yes, of course. Yes, World Book Day. That's what we're up to next.
Okay, so this is a piece of craft mat. Okay, I'm going to die cut that in a second, but what I need to show you is what it comes with a film on one side.
Okay.
So you need to peel that off. However, it is quite useful having the film. So I'll die cut that, and I'll show you why the film's useful as well before you want to peel it off. So I'm going to put this through my cutting tool. So obviously I'm using a Sizzix one because it's ideal for the job. So you just put it down and run it through the plates.
Lovely.
And this is a particularly nice one from Sizzix because it embosses it as well. So to get the butterfly, so just push it through. Oops. Oh, funny angle. So I just need to show that, to show that just pulls it, pushes out. Like that.
As easy as that.
As easy as that. And then, if you want to have it a flying butterfly, you just heat it. So I'd use
See,
this
I'm
one
looking at what the aperture that you created there as well, because you could
So you
almost
can use,
put your cards on that,
Yeah.
pop it through your die cutting machine, and then it's almost like an embossing folder
Yeah.
for that butterfly.
This
or a
particular die,
stencil.
this particular die cuts and embosses at the same
Yeah.
time. So just heat it.
And I know earlier on we've got lots of other products on the show as well. I know we're talking about the mat that you've got underneath your glass mat as well, and we were talking about recyclable.
Yeah, the
So
Bubblux is
recyclable as
yeah.
well, yeah.
And the craft mats that are also on the show.
Oh,
So yes, you haven't mentioned those yet.
No, we haven't.
I've got one underneath.
No.
This is brilliant. My compatriot Maggie.
And I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
It's like a double act, isn't it? The two, wherever you've got one, you've not got far. And I know that Maggie's going to be watching, so good morning,
Hello,
Maggie.
Maggie. Morning, Maggie. She loves it.
Yeah.
John sent me one to play with.
the math?
Yes, she was there when I opened it, and I didn't see it. She disappeared off with it. I never saw it again, so I had to give me another one. She liked it so much. It's fun. It doesn't move on the surface.
And this is the
This is the medium-sized one, and
table
it's-
protector that we're
Yeah.
talking of here as well. You know, bring the details that we've got 3 different sizes, and I think you're working with the small. Is it the medium one you've got here?
One here 'cause it's got,
now-
it's in a good size.
That's it. Well, we've got the small one, which we just have the details that they're just £9.99. The larger one being the medium one, and this one here is 50 by 90, so it's just shy of a metre long and half a metre wide. £19.99. Our Freedom members, cheeky discount there, bringing it down to £17.99. And it's brilliant because you can still see through it, so you can see the beauty of your table, but it is protecting your table, as you can see there. There is a larger version as well, which is huge. It's actually as big as our sofa.
It is, yeah,
So
it
if
is
you want to
huge.
cover the whole of your desk, check that one out. And we've also got things that are going to allow you to protect your flooring as well. So yeah. They are brilliant. We'll show you.
That's my size. That's what size I'm
Look
using.
at that. Now, this is the one that Maggie's got, I think.
Yeah, I've got
So that is the medium one. I have got no chance of holding the largest
Well,
one
we do it
because it's
between us. We can
huge.
do it between us.
You're welcome. So we can do it between us. But this is brilliant because I mean you
yeah.
can hear the wobble on it.
It's made from polycarbonate, so it's bulletproof.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, this particular thickness
and
of what it is, but it's made from the same material.
Well, this is
so
what you
it's
were
really
talking
strong.
about, that
Yeah.
polycarbonate. I
Yeah.
mean, we know that is a tough material.
Yeah, and this is a tough material.
Yeah, and it's lightweight as well.
Yeah, and it will protect your tabletop. So if I'm lucky enough, I've got my own craft room, but if you want to, but if you have to do it on a dining room table,
Yeah,
you want to
it's gonna
protect your
protect
dining.
the-
You do want to protect
yeah.
your tables.
Yeah, and it will protect even with heat as well, won't it?
It goes up to 100 degrees centigrade.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
good going,
and
isn't
heat
it?
crossing would be fine.
3 different sizes. So this one is your medium. Shall we show you the smallest one next? The smallest one, if you're wanting, thank you, Aidy. This one, it was kind of a little over, what did you say, it's A2 size, I suppose, something like that. Not too sure. We're going to bring the dimensions up. 48 by 60,
It's
as
a
you can
nice,
see
it's a
there.
good size.
Still a
It
good
is
size,
it is a good size, and
yeah.
a really useful size as well. It's ideal if you're doing classes. It's
yeah.
perfect because you're protecting tables.
And it's the quality. It's not like a rubber mat. One side it's slightly pitted, but it doesn't move. You'll notice the one that Maggie's with.
It's a smooth side.
Please, it's going to happen. I'll apologise in advance because it's bound to happen at least half a dozen times.
Okay, that's fine.
It's very early.
I will answer to both today.
You can call me whatever you like, I don't mind. But yeah, if you're wanting to take advantage of these, we're very, very busy for these. This one's your smallest, £9.99, 48 by 60, so it's a really good size, very durable. And the largest one, which is huge.
Right,
now
you'll
this
some
one,
help.
I'm going to need some help with this one. This one is going to pretty much cover the whole of your table, I am sure.
I'll
So
take
you
this
take one half.
Okay, I'm here.
Look at this.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. It's like one of those comedy sketches where they're taking a pane of glass across the road.
Yes, yeah.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? But look at that, it's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that will definitely cover most tables.
And there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of this one. It's 1.5 meters wide. It's almost 3/4 metre across from top to bottom there as well. 2 flexi buys on this one of £21, and all 3 of those sizes we are very, very busy. So if you're wanting yours, I do suggest you get hold of it sooner rather than later.
I like it because you can put things underneath it, so you can use it as a template.
That's a good idea as well. Anyway, where were we?
Yeah, so I've shaped it.
Okay.
I've heated it and shaped it. If I wanted to, I could reheat it and reshape it.
Oh, right. So you can revisit it and
You can
continue.
revisit it a number of times. There is a finite time, but if you don't overheat it first time round, then you're fine. You can keep changing it. So that's now relaxing. So my heat gun seems to have 2 speeds. It goes, then it sort of stops.
It's kind of like, I'm ready for this, and now I'm calming down a little.
Yeah, I've had enough now. I'm on rest. So you can just reheat it if you want to. Okay, and I'm going to colour it with alcohol ink.
Oh, right, okay.
Oops. So I'm going to put some alcohol on there, and I'm going to put a couple of drops of alcohol ink on, and just sponge it on. And you can just change the colour that way.
Wow.
So it works really well.
So what about acrylic paints? Because acrylic paints don't tend to, well, when they're dry, they can peel off plastic, can't they?
It just seems to be okay on this one.
Oh,
If you
right,
pick
okay.
at it, it will come off.
Yes.
It will come off if you pick at it. I did, on the Good Morning Hochanda show, I brought in a canvas I'd done, which is at the end, and I'd done the wooden planks on it, and I used a paint technique where it's an old one where you can use it with petroleum jelly to peel it off.
Right, yeah.
So as it happens, I used it with a thick hand cream because I didn't have any petroleum jelly at hand. So you just put a little bit of that on, put the acrylic paint on it, and when it's dry, you just rub that off gently, and the paint comes off. I did lots of layers to get that effect. So that works on there. But yeah, you can if you want to. It will pick off, but it will stay unless you know it will pick off. But
And, I mean, the coverage that you've got there is phenomenal. So what colour do we reckon's on the back of this one? Okay, answers on the postcard. Have a look at that. The coverage that you've got there. What colour? Bear in mind we've got red, we've got yellow, we've got green, we've got blue. We've also got, actually the butterfly's upside down, isn't it? Turn it around that way. There you go. That's even better. You've got black, white, blue, green, yellow and red. What colour do we think is on the back of that one then, team?
Blue.
Okay. Blue, we've got blue. Yeah, good guess, because of course you've got your blue paint on there. No, AD, totally wrong. It's bright red. But it shows you the coverage that you can get on there, because I would never have thought you'd got a red piece under there.
yeah, and the texture is a paste.
Yeah, wow.
So I've got a paste on there as well.
Incredible.
With paste and then paint on top. And now I've just changed the colour completely. So it's now green.
Look at that, isn't that brilliant?
So
Look at that.
yeah.
And
It's
you've got...
quite dark, but if I put a bit of gloss on that, like a gel medium, it'll bring out the colour.
Now, to confuse me even more, Maggie's emailed in. Oh, my goodness. And she's saying good morning to everybody. Good morning, Maggie.
Morning.
And she's another big fan of Bubble Lux.
Right.
And saying how
She's done some
versatile
samples
it
for me
is.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
we'll
loads
see
of finished
those,
samples.
yeah.
We'll show you some of those as moments. Something very key as well that Maggie's saying is it doesn't lose its shape. So once it's kind of set,
It
after
doesn't
that
shrink.
heat has
Yeah.
cooled down, it stays as it is.
Yeah.
And like you say, it does not shrink. It stays true to the size.
It keeps its shape until you want to change it. If you want to change it, then you can change it yourself.
Yeah.
So we've coloured it.
That's it. And she also goes on to say,
Does she really?
and that you let her use it with a clear mass. And she said it's one of her favourite items to use.
Yes,
as well.
I know.
And she's not letting you having it back.
Yeah, I know. I know. I had to get another one.
Don't blame me though, it is brilliant. And lots of you are investing in those. You can invest in those for just £9.99, right the way through to the huge one, the large one, which you've got in your 2 flexi buys of 2 payments of £21. And she says, I'll see you later on for breakfast.
It's good. Looking forward to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I've got a sheet of yellow in this case.
Okay.
And I've just taken, because you've got the peel off.
So you need to remember to take that off every time, do you?
Unless you want to do what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to
Okay.
draw a shape.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a simple leaf because it's easy. So I draw a leaf. So you can draw whatever shape you want, and then you can cut it out. You can either cut it out with scissors, or you can cut it out with a knife. Okay, this is Maggie. I'm using a knife. I'm left-handed and she gets a bit nervous.
Okay, I must admit, I do get a bit nervous with craft knives, but as long as you take your time.
Yeah, you take your time and just gently go round. And it just cuts it beautifully. It's very quiet. Everybody's waiting for me to lose a finger. There we go.
I'm not going to distract you. We have got a first aider on the premises, though. Just again. Not that we're going to need him.
That just comes out.
See?
Or you can break it.
So
like I
that's
have.
something you need to be careful
Yeah,
of.
it
then.
will,
Yeah.
So what I can do now is just peel that off
Right.
and reshape it. So I've just
Okay.
got another leaf, as simple as that. So don't stress. So I'll just cut that like that.
Oh, there you go.
I've peeled it off, so what I do is I'll cut it on the inside of the line.
Okay.
You can change the colour. So all I've got is a smaller leaf.
No, that's not a problem at all. Can you glue it as well?
Yeah, I tend to use a hot glue gun.
Right. So
but you could use what do you call it? Super glue.
Oh, okay.
You
Yes.
could use super glue. You could use what's the brand name? I don't know.
I don't know what it's
one
called.
Of the yellow tube.
Yeah.
I don't know
There's
what
a few
it's
of them that
generic.
have got brand names on them, isn't there? So,
Anything
but
you can use with- anything you can
ultra
use.
strong glue.
Yeah. So anything you can use. So you can trim it off with a pair of scissors as well, so you get a better shape with that. So you can do either. And then you can emboss with it. So I've got an embossing tool. So you can emboss with it as well. So you can just put leaf.
Oh, so a bit of freehand work.
So you can
so
do
if you've got a
freehanded.
stencil that you wanted to work with, you could actually
Yes, you could do that as well.
stencil.
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't do that as well. And again, then you can heat it, change the colour of it. I've cut some shapes out. I'm going to put one through an embossing folder, so you see what it looks like through an embossing folder. So
And
if you lose some of it, you just put the embossing.
go through again.
You just put it back in.
That's brilliant.
So if you make a mistake, you just heat it up, and it just folds back in on itself.
And
So
I've just found this little tea light holder. I mean, this is amazing. Is this a big die that's been used?
that's a big die. I can demonstrate that in a minute.
Okay.
So I'll do that I'll set up for the next demonstration. And how you change it from I can't remember what colour I use now. But you cut it out. I'll put paste on it.
Yeah.
Paint it, and I'll show you in a minute. And then put a paint effect on the top of it. And it looks like rust.
Doesn't it? And that
So-
could actually sit outside now
Yeah,
because it's weatherproof.
Yeah, that's
so,
fine. Yeah. I wouldn't put necessarily a real candle in there.
No. Well, you've got the heat from
Yeah.
that, haven't you? I'm also thinking about maybe direct sunlight as well, because of course if it melts under the heat, if it's
Yes.
sunlight that's coming through a window and
Yes.
magnified,
Yeah.
and you could find that it does kind of change your shape. But look at this.
It's got to be quite strong to do that.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So, so that's been gone through an embossing folder.
Yeah.
And it's been painted on, and then the colour's been taken off, so it goes into the grooves of the embossing folder pattern.
Absolutely amazing.
So it's
Fine detail die cutting as well here.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect for Christmas.
Isn't it
Easy
just?
peasy. Yeah, and that's just 2 pieces, and that's shaped.
Look at that.
And then you have that on a hairband.
Yeah.
So I'll just put that on a hairband.
Absolutely amazing. Now we are busy. We've got lots of different colours for you to choose from with these. I'm going to let Kay get herself ready for a little bit of an embossing demonstration for you. But look at the different colours that you've got with these. You've got your red and your yellow. You've got to pick and mix with these. You're going to choose any 2 of those packs. There's 3 sheets in each one of these. So the key thing is get any of those colours, because when you add your own colour, be it your acrylic paints, be it your inks, your alcohol inks, you can change the colour of these. Very lightweight as well, so if you are wanting to use it and maybe hang it in decorations and make your Christmas decorations, you don't have to worry about the weight with it. 799, 449, whichever of those sets of 2 you choose to go for. Brilliant value for money. You've got £5 saving, and it is flying out. Lots of you getting excited by this, and I'm really pleased. Let me show you just some of those techniques. We're going to see more from Kay in a few moments, but have a look at these. So you've got Bubblelux textures. You've got your texture highlighted here. So of course, gone through an embossing folder, dusted over to give you those effects with your acrylic paint. But look at the way it's changed them. Rust and patina, you're going to be able to get those effects using those mediums that you've got as well. Textured paste you'll be able to use on these as well. Down at the bottom here, again, applying mediums, your gel mediums, your textured paste, your stencils, all of those things that you've got in your crafty stash. A little bit of crackle going on here as well. All of those are going to be able to take those different colours. Your alcohol inks, I mean, look at the kind of results that you're going to get with these. Absolutely incredible. Don't have to prime them. You can go straight in with those alcohol inks as we saw with the butterfly a few moments ago. But what about stamping onto them? Stamping and heat embossing, turning them almost into glazed projects, as you can see here with your triple embossing. Or what about doing your embossing and then pushing your stamps in, getting those kind of results with these. Again, we've seen the effects from using your thin dies, because you can use those in the same way as you would want to get an embossed detail. It's not going to cut with your thin dies, but it will leave that embossed detail. So you can turn those fabulous background dies that you've got into embossing folders, as you can see. And of course, you can use your embossing folders as well. Die cut with your big styles if you're wanting to. Add your gilding waxes, add all of those different mediums, and that's when you are really going to be able to go to town with it. The demonstrations are phenomenal of what you can do with this. So you can see here my little book there. You could be writing onto these with your marker pens. You could be using them, and this is a clever idea. We all recognise these dies, don't we? Using those big planner dies, those big journal dies, you can make your hardcover, listen to that, and get your texture mediums on there as well. Turn it so it looks like metal. I mean, little money boxes are brilliant. The masks as well, adding your glitters, even your finer detail big styles you can cut out, and of course you can cut with a craft knife as well. The ability that you've got with this is phenomenal. Now, just to give you a little bit of an update, the black, nearly a quarter of the stock has gone, but as we've seen, if that does go, then you don't have to worry, because you can choose one of those other colours and you will get those effects if you are wanting to colour. But if you're wanting the solid black to start with, that is the one that is the most vulnerable at the moment. Black is not, black, white not far behind, and of course you've got all your other colours to choose from as well. 799-449 if you're wanting to take advantage of those. We're busy for those table mats as well. The middle of the road size, the medium one, which I think we're going to bring in, and there you go with my able assistant there, AD there you go. Nearly 40% of the stock has gone of this one. It's a really good size, and as you can see there, 50 centimetres, half a metre by just shy of a metre. Beautifully manicured nails, AD, lovely. £17.99. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price on that one. 701331, and it's heat resistant as well, up to 100 degrees C. It's recyclable as well, but this is going to last a long time. You're going to want to hang on to this when you get hold of them. Now, if you want to protect the whole of your table, well, guess what? Here we go. We're back again, and this one is huge. You're getting a big cane for this one as well, and you can see there it is huge. This time you're looking at a size here that's going to cover the whole of your table. 150. You can see me looking up at the board over there. 150. There's no hiding. 74, which is kind of just shy of 3/4 metre by 1.5 metres. So it's a really good size. Rounded corners as well, which is nice. So you're not going to hurt yourself. And of course you've got that texture on one side and it's smooth on the other. If you want yours, now is the time to get hold of it. The details are on your screen. Do not miss out on it. I love it. A little bit scary. It's like a bathroom window, that, isn't it? And you have got your smaller one as well. Now, your smaller one is perfect if you're crafting on the move, maybe moving from room to room. This one is a smaller one, so it's roughly half a metre there. So we're looking at there, 48, so just shy of half a metre across, and then of course you've got your 60 centimetres across there. Again, rounded corners, and again, I mean, brilliant to work with there. It's sort of like I've been pixelated. This is, yeah. If you see this woman, do not approach her. 772487, thank you, AD. And something else that we've got, which is definitely worth going for, are the floor mats. Now, these are going to protect your flooring, whether you've got a carpeted floor or whether you've got tiles or you've actually got kind of laminate flooring, then these are going to be brilliant, especially if you have got your chair with wheels on, just like I have in my craft room. And this is brilliant because you lay it down on the surface and it means that you're not going to scoot along the surface. Now, if you sit, what I have found before, I haven't got one of these, and I actually sit on my chair, and it's actually on a laminate floor, but on the carpet there you can say, oh, look at his face, he doesn't know what to do. But of course he does know what to do, because if he places one of these mats on the floor, and because it's the carpeted one, it's got little grippers on there, so it's not going to slide around, but it will allow your chair to glide easily. No jarring, you can simply move from your desk space across to your filing system, across to your drawers. I love that pretend typing. He almost looked like he was playing the piano then, didn't he? But there you go. That's got to go on his show reel, hasn't it? That one?
It does, yes.
Demo of the century, that one. Now, there's two different versions. So you've got your carpeted floors and you've got your hard floors. I would need the hard floor one because I've got a laminate floor at home, and it just means that you're not going to move in on your chair and suddenly finding that you're going way further than you planned. It kind of slows you down a little bit, and you've got the details on your screen for both of those, as you can see there. So, yeah, pop those into your basket. So, what are we up to next, Kay?
Embossing folder.
Okay.
I've actually put it through.
Right.
I haven't opened it up, so we'll have a big
Ooh,
reveal.
a bit of a reveal.
And then
Yeah.
die cuts beautifully. and go through there as well. So perfect.
Lovely.
So you can use that as texture.
So then you could heat that and mould those petals. I suppose you need to be careful how much heat you put because
you don't
some
want
of the
to,
embossing
you don't want to
could
lose
go.
that. So
Yeah.
just move that out of the way. So you can actually see what I'm
space.
doing. So we'll just heat that gently.
So if you wanted to mould it and keep it shut, mind you, it cools down pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry.
It doesn't get, you don't want to overheat it. You just want to just
Could
to
you
mould
drape it over something so it can take the form of, I don't know, maybe you've got a lid off something and you want it to
Well, I draped
drape
it over
around
my
there.
arm to get the arm
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So as it cools down, so you just get that some. So as it cools down, you can
Yeah.
it'll snap. Because it'll be
Yes,
otherwise.
yeah.
So there you go. So you can, you've got,
And then if you need
you've
to
got your flower.
continue with it, just heat it a little bit
just
more.
keep going, but you can. So just lift it up.
It's
and just cool, and then
brilliant.
that's it. So that will stay at that until we heat
Isn't that
it.
wonderful?
So
And
yeah.
then, I mean, we've got...
So I'm going to say, I heated it up enough to do it. It was on my arm.
Yes.
So I didn't want to overdo it because I don't want to burn my
gosh,
arm.
yeah.
So that fits my arm because it's, I'll show you. It's
And you've got the little holes though. Is that just a little eyelet punch or something
yeah,
like that?
that was just an ordinary eyelid punch.
Isn't that fabulous?
So if I wanted to be Superwoman,
Well,
I've got an arm.
You obviously are Superwoman. I know.
So-
I know. But yeah,
So for kids dressing up because it's so lightweight.
yes, yeah, it's brilliant.
And there are people who use it for like Comic-Con.
This is it. Yeah,
absolutely
the
brilliant.
outfits that you could create with this.
They are geniuses.
Yeah.
With this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they really are like proper armour. And they're like the big transformery type
Yes,
things.
that's right. But there's no weight to it. That's the key thing.
Yeah.
There's no weight. Give the illusion of metal with these without that kind of weight of metal. Whether you're making pieces to go on your wrists, your arms, whether you're looking at masks as well, boxes.
I've done a little tin, but you see, you got that tin plate there.
Yeah.
So that's an embossing folder, and that's just a paint technique. So it looks like lead.
Amazing. Doesn't it look fabulous?
Yeah.
And just for the crew, they have been counted.
Until the end of the show, then
The free fall there.
I'll just stand back and just get on with it. I'll just take it away when it was there. Okay, so we've done that.
Now,
So
we've had a question come through from Sue. Now, I don't know, we haven't primed you with this one, but the table protectors, do you know, could they actually be cut down?
No, I
if you
don't.
wanted to?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know because
Yeah.
they're quite strong and they're made of polycarbonate.
It might be, yeah, it might be tricky
I couldn't
to
say.
cut.
I
Because
wouldn't
of
like
the
to say.
shape of Sue's table, I think she needs to kind of trim it slightly for the different size.
To be honest, I don't know.
Are you back later on today?
No, I'm not.
Is this it?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
What they could do is email craft text.
Okay.
So, or email Hochanda, who'll probably pass it on to craft text.
Yes, okay,
If you do that,
yeah.
if you put email,
That sounds good. So if you can email in, I don't know if you've already emailed in with your question, but if you just email in and say, can you find out for me, and we can let you know. I mean, at the moment we've got good stock of those, so it's not an issue. But yeah, because of the strength of it, you might find, I wouldn't want you to damage yourself or your craft knife, to be honest. So yeah. But don't forget, we've got the 3 different sizes. So it could be that you go for a couple of the small ones, perhaps, because you could always put them together, or perhaps use some tape to join the 2 together. You've always got a folding mat then as well, haven't you, if you took 2 of those small ones?
I wouldn't. Yeah, but I say I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'd shy away from cutting
Because it is a protector,
yeah.
so it is designed to protect.
Yeah.
So I suspect yes, but I'm not quite sure what with.
Yes, yeah.
To make it safe. So anyway, I've just put this through. So it's literally a thin die.
Okay, and this is where we were talking about. They don't actually cut, but they would give that
They
emboss feature.
So you can use an embossing folder, or you can use all your thin dies. So then I got hello.
Look at that.
So I've done wish on the star and things like that. So
Isn't that brilliant?
So yeah.
I love that.
I did bring something a bit more fancy, but I obviously forgot to bring it.
No, that's not a problem.
It tells you.
But then
exactly
you
what
could
want
punch
to know.
that, turn that into a key ring. If you've got alphabets, I mean, imagine this. You could actually be making that in front of somebody at a craft fair, really personalised.
So if you had
with a name.
individual dies for the letters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so perfect for key ring. You know, swimming bags for kids.
Yes.
Swimming bags for kids, so they know who's is whose.
yeah.
All sorts of things you've been using it for. Yeah, because obviously it's waterproof, so it'd be perfect
brilliant.
for beach stuff and like that. So they've got their own stuff.
And that will stay there. That will stay. It's not going to budge. It will stay there exactly as it is.
If you heat it, it will disappear if you heat it.
See, that actually, I kind of like that, because you can change something then. If you fall out of love with something, you want to change it, then you could.
Yeah, so you can reheat it if you want to. So I'm just going to heat a strip and wind it so we've got a curly strip.
Wonderful. So now, just to let you know, we've got about 20 minutes left on the show.
Oh, right, okay, then. So, do you want
fabulous
to do this and then
demonstration.
do the cogs?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Oh, Thank you. You picked up my... I've dropped it. The bank was me dropping this.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's AD. On his hands and knees, bless him, helping out.
So I've taken the strip off and I'm just going to heat it. So I'm probably going to have to do this in sections. I'll do a little bit of this. So, and it's just a wooden spoon and you're going to wrap it around. Because this way, if you do smaller strips over thinner bits, you can have them for dangling earrings.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, you get your bit lynch out.
You could, yeah.
Add a bit of bling.
And it's nice because it's lightweight. It's not going to cause any heaviness pulling on your earlobes or anything like that. I mean, the amount of different things that we've got here that you've created
lots of
is
shaping.
phenomenal.
If you do a load of fruits and what have you, you can put it, have it like caramel and...
You could,
and
couldn't
it
you?
wouldn't weigh you down.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Yes, good
Carnivals.
idea. Well, at the moment, there's so many different events going on. And I mean, we're in the festival time, aren't we, really,
Yeah,
at the
exactly,
moment?
yeah.
Look at that heat in
It would have been ideal
Boston.
for Leonie when she went to Glastonbury.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because the weather wouldn't have spoiled.
Lots of pride events going on at the moment as well.
A floral thing.
She could
and,
have done,
and it
yeah.
wouldn't matter if it rained.
That's true. I don't know whether it did rain, actually. I think it was very hot
I
this
think
year,
it was
wasn't
really hot this year.
It was, yeah.
So that was us.
Wow.
And that will stay like that. So then what I'll do is I'll heat this and go to the other side, but I'll do the cogs in a minute. So.
And I missed that, sorry, and it went around
right,
with it,
yeah.
Sorry,
I will do the other end then.
It was that quick, I didn't see it. Now.
Okay, so I'll just reheat this.
Okay.
I'll heat this bit up. This heat gun's definitely got 2 gears.
It's quite amusing, actually.
Okay. So that's getting softer now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to keep the heat on it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to put it in there and then just wrap this round.
That's very effective.
And you could, if you did this in white, you could put glitter on it, or you could do any of the colours and paint it white.
But do you know what? That's got a practical use as well, because it's almost like a grip on that spoon as well. So
yeah,
that is so clever. Look at this.
So obviously you can have thinner ones and do thinner ones, but that's the principle.
Isn't that fabulous? Love that. Love that idea. Brilliant. And then of course you die cut it with the cogs.
Yeah. So right. So I'll just quickly do these. So I have done. I'll just go through the process.
Okay.
Because
Actually, it's springy as well. Yeah.
So I've die cut that, and I've got some paste that I have put somewhere in a safe place. There we go. My paints. So I've got my rather not very nice, but a little bit of paste. So you only need a little tiny weeny bit. You don't need much. So this is pumice paste that Lou had on one of her shows.
Okay. So it's got a gritty texture.
It's got a gritty texture. You could just use modelling paste with a bit of sand in if you wanted to.
And again, this is where you're showing you can use one of those bright colours without any hassle at all.
Yeah. So, and that is basically, so that's your gnarly bits of rust.
Yeah.
So leave that. So you leave that to dry. So when you've left that to dry, so that's what comes out when it's dry.
Okay.
Okay, and then you paint it black.
Just a bit of gesso?
Black gesso, yeah. I think I'll use indigo blue because that's what I had in the pot.
It's good quality, yeah.
So, yeah, and I knew it was going to be good, so I did that. And this happens to be, green. That one was blue, but you wouldn't know the difference between blue. So they're all the same. So what you do now is a bit of dry brushing.
Okay.
So you need a bristle brush. And a lot of people say how well they look after their brushes. I'm the opposite. I am appalling.
I must admit, I'm not very good.
I've been reported for being really bad with my brushes.
I've got loads of them, and whenever I go to try and find a new brush, there's never a new brush there. They could always tell a story.
I am very bad with my brushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a metallic. Okay, this is again indigo blue one. I got pheasant bronze because it's one of my
Oh, it's a nice one, that, yeah.
And then you're going to dry brush it. So you want the brush to be quite dry. So it's a bristly one. So don't use your decent brushes for this. So you want a nice dry brush, and then you're going to literally dry brush it.
Oh, and it's picking out all that texture.
And so it picks up the texture, and it turns it into metallic.
Wow.
So you do that. Okay, so I'm not going to do all three, but I'll just do this one. Like that. And then you're going to do, this is a translucent brownie colour.
Okay.
So you go over with a dry brush again and translucent. So that's just going over that again. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a bit of kitchen towel and just dry my brush off then. And I'm going back in with the, so you do this a couple of times. So if you build up the layers, you get a, so you end up with a sort of metallic-y look. So I did that with Moneypenny, which is a darker one. So it's a different colour.
I'll show you that one in a second.
So I also did it on the boards in a different colour as well. So, like that. So when that's dry, and then you use... Can you pronounce that? Because I can't.
Is it quinacridone?
Yeah, that's the one, yes. I'm blaming my dyslexia for that.
Well, I'm using my memory for that one because I can't actually read it. I haven't got the glasses on. I think it's quinacridone.
You did brilliantly well. You're brilliant. That was, I can read it and I can't pronounce it. So that, and then you use a little bit of water with this. So you need a tiny weeny bit, and you do need a tiny weeny bit. What I've done there is far too much. And I think Lou, that's Deco Art, but I'm pretty sure Lou had one on as well.
There's a variety of different brands with these. I've got the one that you're using here myself at home. And it is very effective.
So you just dab it on. So it's over where they've done the rusty bits.
Yeah.
Just dab that on. Okay, so it's not terribly exciting at the moment. And then the magic bit is all you do when you get to that point is spritz it with water.
Okay.
And just leave it.
Just leave it to dry naturally.
Can you see where it's spreading out?
Oh, yes.
And just leave it like that, and then that'll give you the effect. So it's easy.
Just leave it to move.
Yeah, and it's that simple. And that now looks like rust.
That is brilliant, because you'd think that is something that you dug out from the back of the garage or found underwater.
Yeah.
And of course, if you've got things like your verdigris paste and different elements, you could do that with this as well.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could obviously do the coppery effect.
Yeah.
The smooth one on here, I did that one. So that was just a smooth one. So that's using silver. That's using silver paint, metallic paint, and a black metallic paint.
Right.
And I just brushed that on.
And that's with an embossing folder.
And that's with an embossing folder. So that's like lead.
That's
lead panel, isn't it? So it's like one of those artificial lead ones you get.
It's almost like one of those kind of sea chest or a trunk, isn't it?
That'd be perfect in the garden. You put a drainage hole in that. You could have herbs in that in the garden.
You could, couldn't you?
Fantastic. Yeah,
fabulous
really
idea.
cool.
Now we are busy. The black, naturally, we knew we'd be busy for the black because it is one of your favourites. But nearly 40% of the stock has gone. Just in case you're not too sure what the colour black looks like, there you go. It is. But you've got your white, your green, your blue, your yellow, and of course your red. And as we've seen from Kay, even if you're not using the black and you're using the different colours, when you apply your colour to them, then you don't have to worry because it does actually change. So you can see there the uniformity of colour is brought together. So even those scraps that you've got left over, do not throw anything away, because when you bring them together and colour them with your mediums, then you don't have to worry. 799-449 is the item number for you to get your pick and mix. But how do you get hold of your pick and mix? How do you choose those colours? We go to the website. That's one way you can do it. But of course, if you don't have access to the internet, our call operators can do this on your behalf. So all you need to do is click on whichever of those colours you like. Now you're going to choose any two of these bundles. Of course, you can go back in and get more of those if you're wanting to. Yeah, just choose the two colours. Could we repeat to the same colour if you're wanting to? Might be that you're wanting to change them up, and if you do want to go back in, increase that quantity, and it'll ask you for your additional colours as well. Yeah, couldn't be simpler than that. But before you check out your basket, do consider some of the other things that we're bringing to you. And we are busy for that floor protector as well, so I'm just going to take the opportunity to take the weight off, so to speak, and have a little sit down. And this is a scenario that many of us do find ourselves in when we're working in our work area on our chairs that have got wheels, but then we can find that we kind of come a cropper when we're trying to move across the flooring that we've got. Could be carpet, it could be that you're sitting and your chair is on a mat, might be on laminate flooring, which I'll tell you about in a few moments. The particular one that we're working with at the moment, though, you can see it is on carpet, and what it means is I can quickly and easily move that chair backwards and forwards. It's not putting any strain on myself, so obviously we're not making any medical claims with this, but it just glides. You can see straight away that it's gliding so much easier. If I take myself a little bit further off the mat, instantly you can see it becomes much more of a struggle to manoeuvre that chair around, so much more use of your legs with regards to this. But when you're back onto the mat, scoot, 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 you can see that you can spin around quite easily on that and move it to wherever you need to go. Now you can probably see the little dimples that you've got with this, but on the underside of there you have got that gripper that will mean that holds your carpet, it digs those little teeth into your carpet there, so it means that it really is not going anywhere, makes it nice and easy, so you can see they're safe and secure, that you're not going to be going anywhere. Those, if I let go of that, you'll see it ping into the carpet, There it goes, and you can see the quality of that. So straight away I can move, I could go from one side of my desk over here perhaps for my ink pads, right the way over here perhaps for my dies, without having to worry. So yeah, definitely worth going for. Now we've got two different colour options. So you've got your clear, but you've also got your cerise. So if you fancy something a little bit different, then you can do. And I'll show you the cerise in a few moments because we've got some on our laminate flooring here. If you're wanting this particular one for your carpets though, 2 flexi buys are £23 and 50 pence could be the way you're getting hold of it, but this is the other one. So if you've got a hard floor, this is kind of the scenario I would find myself in at home, and quite often I mean, this is going to, you can see there, if I'm pushing on there, it's not going anywhere. If I bring the chair in again, it's not damaging the surface. And I have to say, at home I haven't got a mat like this, and I have not kind of put a groove into the flooring, but I've certainly scratched it and marked it. Because of the wheels, you do sometimes have those little dimples on the wheels, but again here it's just nice and smooth for you to protect the floor. So with this one, it's more of a protector than making it easier for you to move your chair around. But so if you are almost putting a groove in your flooring, this is definitely the way for you to protect. And of course you've got the cerise colouring, and the cerise colouring is available in both of those, whether you're going for the carpeted version or whether you're going for your smooth floors. £36.99. You can see you've got a saving on this one as well, 800455. If you're wanting the one for your hard floors, this is the one for you. And of course we have got that other option if you're wanting to work with your carpet. So there you go. Website is the place to go there. And of course we've been here not only with our floor protectors, our table protectors are flying out as well. Lots of different options with those, so do check them out. Freedom members discounts on some of them as well, so do check those out. Don't forget your Bubblux though. I just like saying that word, Bubblux, Bubblux, Bubblux. Yeah, brilliant medium. So many ideas of how you can work with these. I'm going to bring in a whole host of finished samples, but we're going to have another little look with a demonstration with the lovely Kay. So what are you up to now?
Oh, I'm going to stamp on it.
Oh, okay.
Because you can. Well, one you picked up there, that's with our archi-tape, but it means that you can put fabric on it.
Oh, I see.
So we've been rude not to use archi-tape, however, because it's got adhesive on the back of it. But I put the archi-tape on, then I ran it through the die cutting machine. So that's an Eileen Hole die.
Well, this is it, and people will be able to resonate with this because I know the Eileen Hole dies are so
it's
popular.
just a cover, so look at that. I think it's starting in the middle, but yeah.
No, but it's fine. It shows that you can die because
the yellow one's really nice with the grey and the black.
Yeah, doesn't it just?
So
nice
you can paint it if you want to, but you don't have to. So it's just got that accent on it as well.
Very nice, like a little buckle
pack.
Yeah, and so you should be. So,
and I use glossy accents to stick that together.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so you can use glossy accents with them.
So inking it with stays on?
Stays on, or you can use archival, but you need something that will go onto a non-porous surface. And then just stamp. So this one is the background stamp, which is an indigo blue one, because it's one of my favourite ones from indigo blue. And I'll keep using it. And then you get that effect if you want to. And then you can heat it up. So just take a second or two just to dry off.
Well, of course, because it does stay wet a little longer, doesn't it? But there you go. Look at that detail that's showing up on there. Because you've got that smooth finish, so you're not going to lose any of the detail from only the stamps that you're working with.
No. So what you also can do then is you can stamp and emboss. So we did some stamping and embossing earlier.
Okay.
Some embossing earlier.
Yeah.
So this is just stamping and embossing with it. So you end up with a pattern on it.
Let me bring that one in as well.
So if you want to change the colour of that, then you can put some paint on it. So I'll put some paint on that one. Okay. It gives a bit of texture as well.
Lovely. I'll pass that back to you.
We'll just
Again, just acrylic paints?
Yeah, this is Aladdin, indigo blue Aladdin. Because I happen to have it lurking around. So, and see how well it covers?
That covers brilliant because of the white under there. You'd think that would show through.
So you just cover that. Simple as that. So obviously you can put different colours on here to make it really pretty, but so I'm just covering that and just leave that to dry. And then because I've got my table protector, I'll put it straight on there and let it dry.
That's a good point actually, because that is, I mean, we'll chat about the table protectors again because we're very busy for these. Kay's got the medium size one that she's working on here, and we've got a variety of different sizes, but if it's the medium one that you're looking at going for, 60% of the stock has gone. Kay's not going to be back with us for another show today. This is the only show, so if you're wanting to get hold of these, now is a good time to get hold of them. This particular one you can see is 90 centimetres by 60 centimetres. So it's a really good size. Sorry, 90 by 50, I do apologise. Yeah, polycarbonate.
Polycarbonate,
so it's lightweight, but very, very durable.
Yeah, and the smooth side goes onto the surface. and then you work on the texture side.
On the texture side
It's a nice
as well.
texture, actually.
It
Yeah,
is.
it just feels
it's kind
nice.
of a grippy texture
Yeah.
without being too
Yeah,
abrasive.
and it's great because I can now dry things on it. I'm not worried
Plenty
about.
of room.
Yeah.
No, really good point.
Although I must say these counters are appalling.
And if I turn that round, hopefully you'll be able to see where you have got that surface there, that grittiness there, as you can see there.
And of course, if you want to, you can work on with something underneath it and use that as a template. So if you're
That's
doing
a good
scrapbooking, so that's what Maggie
idea,
does, so, with the album covers, she can put something on there, then she can work out things where she wants to put things on it.
So would you be able to actually cut on this in the same way as you would with a cutting mat, or should you still protect it with a cutting mat?
Yes, yeah, it's a table protector. It's not a cutting mat. It's not a self-healing cutting mat.
Makes sense. But of course, if you've got a glass mat on top of it with your template underneath, then you can see.
And then you've got all your wet stuff can go that way. So it's going to protect it from all your wet stuff. Then.
That's it. 3 different sizes. The medium size is on your screen. For Freedom members, you've got a discounted price on this one. And of course, for as little as $9.99 for the smallest one, or I think it's $41.99 if you're wanting the largest one. And there are 2 flexi buys on that largest one, which will cover the whole of your table. It's 1.5 meters. It's a really good size, that one.
Yeah.
So what we're up to next?
Okay, so this one I've cut from that, painted it white, and then I've put a paint on there with a bit of glitter on there. So I'm going to put some silver on there in a minute. I'll do that in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a medium on.
Nice.
So I've got a stencil. Again,
So
I don't look after my stencils either.
You're replicating this technique with a stencil going on in the medium.
Yeah, it's a different stencil. It's a different stencil.
Okay.
So I could use it the same
And
one.
of course, this one's dry and that one won't be.
Yeah. So this is a gel medium. This is the 13 Arts one that Joe brought on a while ago.
Yes.
So as it came through, I'd be rude not to use that.
And of course, gels, they're clear when they're dry, even though it's got that kind of milky look about it at the moment.
I'm obviously using our craft tool.
Naturally.
So, and then just literally spread it on. So yeah, so it's acrylic dry, and it dries clear. And it's quite nice, just leaving it dry cleared. But if you want it as a paste underneath, so just move that across, my fingers across out the way. And just spread that through. And that goes like that. So, it's like spreading butter, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
There you go. And that's
You
it.
butter your toast, you're
So
okay.
I'm take the excess off from there, and straight off.
Oh.
I just let it go.
Oh, it's going, it's going. There it is. Oh,
That's it.
look at
So I'll just put that out
that.
of the way for a sec.
And of course, naturally, put your stencil straight into water.
Yeah, well, I haven't done, but we're nearly at the end of the show, so I think it's all right.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
And I'll just scrape that off with my tool. And then, if you want to touch that, so you can see how much texture you get onto that. And when that dries, that will dry clear.
And of course, that's a smooth paste going through, or smooth gel going through there, should I say. If you've got something that's grittier, like we saw earlier on.
Yes, I've used the gritty on there as well.
you could go really quite deep with regards to that. And of course, once it's dry, that's when you can come in with your whatever paint technique you're wanting to use. Pop that to one side because, of course, that needs to dry off. But you've got the texture there. The texture, of course, could come from your embossing folders, as you can see. Die cut elements as well. If you've got your finer detailed dies, then you could use those and actually get an embossed feature with these. But whether you're using your Sizzix die to create something dimensional.
Yeah, that's bead gel. I love that bead gel stuff. It's really nice. It's really effective. That's all it is. It's really effective, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's fabulous. I mean,
and it's not going to peel off or anything. It's lovely.
The control that you've got with this, I mean, here, is this cut with scissors or is it done with
that was the dies, mainly dies.
okay.
Oh, the leaf was probably scissors.
So it's free form with that one.
Yeah.
And as Kay showed us earlier on, if you are free forming with those, you can actually add your colours and mould them and
that's just edged with
as well.
archival ink. So you can get that. So you get that toned off. So it gives a bit of definition as well.
That's it. And of course, you've got the details on the screen there. I mean, we've got a whole host of different finished samples around us, some amazing pieces. I mean, have a look at this. If you're into, I think, is it cosplay, or you're into all those different kind of Comic-Cons and different events, I mean, this is brilliant. You can be making your outfits for these. School plays, you could be using these. It could be World Book Day. I know that's always a tricky one. There's a mum who had kids that come home and I need a costume tomorrow. It's usually as much warning as you get with those. But you can cut this, you can die cut it, you can use a craft knife, your scissors, you can, well, maybe you're creating something for a masquerade ball, add your glitters, your embossing powders, really go to town with these.
It's such a useful material. It's fantastic.
It certainly is. And now going back to the heart with the
so the other
one
one you can hit is your metallic waxes.
Okay.
And you just brush. I'm just brushing that on, so you can change it completely. So this is just highlighting the gels that I painted over earlier, so that just gives a highlighted effect just around the edge. So that's literally just stroked on, so you get that effect. So you get that's
Fabulous.
So you get that.
Just hitting those light areas, and again we're going to do a little bit on the embossed flower that we've got here.
So, or you can really go for it and have a bit
right in there.
How are we doing for time?
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Okay, well I'll do a leaf. I'll do a petal rather, because what you can do is get to this point and just really work it in. So you can see it's completely changed it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that was green.
So you do, obviously if you did the side, you really hide the colour of it. So you just really work it in. You give it a good working in. I tend to use this last because I get covered in silver. And the heat of your finger just
burnishes
it on. But can you see how it's now looking like metal?
It does look like metal.
Yeah. So if I just get a piece of kitchen towel, or you can use a soft cloth and just burnish it.
Give it a little bit of a polish.
That.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
That is
amazing.
So you can get that effect. So you can, from the gilding wax, you can either do it for highlighting, or you can change the colour completely.
Wow, and you can see that. I mean, that's green, completely covered with that.
So it's a complete silver now.
That's amazing.
And it's so lightweight. It's a fabulous material to work with.
Okay, this is absolutely amazing, and it's a pick and mix.
So it's one of those things. What depends on what you do with it. Well, it's what can't you do with it, really? That's basically
waterproof. You can use it indoors, outdoors, die cut it, emboss it, etch into it if you're wanting to as well. And of course, you've got the boards that we shared with you earlier on with some of those techniques in it. And I have to say, this just sums it up. It just shows the versatility.
Yes, I thought that's why I did the boards, because it's the easiest way of showing things. All the paste you can put on it and technique.
So across here, how have these been created?
So that one's gone through an embossing folder, painted, and then the paint taken off the high bit, so it looks like concrete. Stuff you put in between concrete.
Oh, is it mortar?
Mortar, yeah, the mortar. That's a basket weave one.
Nice.
So that's just painted over. Again, that's an embossing one gone through and painted and then sanded to get the top off. Then you get the colour coming through.
Could you do like a letterpress idea where you actually putting the paint onto the embossing folder and then putting the bubble through?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh,
something to try it. It's something to try, isn't it? So possibly yes. I don't see any why you shouldn't.
I'm thinking about as if you could heat it up and actually press something into it. You can get texture as well.
You can do that. Yeah, I did it with a stamp and it didn't work particularly well with this. If you've got a stamp with not too much definition, it'll work. But if you've got a metal, something metal, heat that up.
I love it.
Not red hot, but you know.
Could chat for ages. We're down to the last minute, unfortunately, so we've not got a huge amount of time. But again, down at the bottom here, texture mediums.
All the pastes on there, so you've got various pastes on there.
Wonderful.
You've got alcohol inks on here. You've got heat embossing on here.
And these are like your artist trading coins, aren't they, almost?
Yeah, so that's done with alcohol inks.
And then, of course, your thin dyes, you can use those as well. They're not going to cut, but they give that emboss.
So instead of having an embossing folder, all your thin dyes, you could be using as an embossing tool.
They're phenomenal. And all from just those sheets of Bubblux. Now, the Bubblux range, you can see here, we've got your black, your white, you've got your blue, green, yellow and red. You're going to choose any 2 packs. You can get 3 sheets in each one of those. And, of course, the black and white, proven to be the most popular, but as Kay's just showing us there, it doesn't matter which colour you go for, you can change the colour of it. Kay, thank you so much.
I enjoyed the show. It's good fun.
Fabulous.
Good.
Amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed that hour. I know I'm going to enjoy the next one as well because we're talking about our one-day special with Lasersmith. Then we've got Ali in the house. Ali Stitchy Fingers coming up, and then it's Let Leonie Loose.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door. I'm lucky enough to have been a guest on Hochanda since day one. I've been working closely with Crafts 2 on the development of the John Next Door brand and also working with their fantastic range of products. I'll be bringing you some fantastic shows that are combining the John Next Door and Crafts2 products. We'll be sharing things like the press cut dies and some of the Find It media and some of the other fantastic tools, accessories and other products that Crafts2 bring to everybody at home. I hope you can join me on my crafting journey and learn some tips and techniques from me that I share with you. So don't miss the Crafts2 shows with me, John Lockwood, on Hochanda.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, all from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are very excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
And a very good morning to you. Yes, it's another one-day special, 9 o'clock in the morning, the first of today's shows.
Oh, yes.
Good morning. Now, I've got two guests with me again this morning, of course. Got to do ladies first, I'm sorry. We've got the lovely Jo Channon here.
Good morning.
Jo's wingman, another half, Mark. Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
How are you?
Morning, Catherine. I'm
You
fine,
all
thank you
right?
very much, yes.
Very, very good. Did you sleep last night? Not too nervous about today?
I don't have any problem at all with my sleep. So,
Oh, there you go, there you go. Well, it is the one-day special. We're going to come back to Mark in a little while because he's going to be demonstrating for us this morning. Shall we let you go off and get
Yes,
prepared? Is
no
that all
problem.
right? Okay, thanks, Mark.
And I'm
Jo,
gonna swap over.
we'll swap over.
Yeah, because we're not used to being on the wrong side. Oh.
Well, we'll go straight to the one-day special, of course, and this is fabulous. Busy, busy launch last night. Of course, you were back at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Sales overnight as well, but we're going to go through everything we've got on offer, of course, throughout the hour. Now, the one-day special itself, you're getting two items. You're getting the round shelving storage, which is here, and this is a part-made demonstration piece, isn't it, Jo?
Yes. Yes.
Also, we're getting the desk tidy as well, all for a great price of £23.90. Now, this is carrying an £8 saving, item number 788310, and these are great pieces. Jo, I'm going to let you tell everyone all about them.
Yeah, of course. So what we've got is Lasersmith. So we've had shows before, just single shows, but this is the first one-day special, which is really important. UK-based company and family company as well, which is fantastic. So good morning, Mike and family, if you're watching.
Morning.
Excellent quality. You will know Lasersmith from exhibitions over the years. They've been running since 2012, so fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
So what we've got is, we've actually got two pieces here which are really excellent quality, 6mm MDF, all right? So this is the storage for longevity. It's not the storage for really just popping in your craft room just for maybe 6 months to a year, and then it really isn't serving its purpose for the length of time. So we've got this lovely round storage, which is quite unusual, I think.
It is lovely as well.
It is.
And you can change where you put the shelves,
Yes,
can't you?
you
You can
can.
decide where you want those, setting in.
That's right. So what we can do is we've got, they've obviously decided on, so the lines, everything's all in there, the slots and everything. But what you do is you just decide whereabouts you're going to put the shelving. So where you can see if I turn it round here, the parts that's not been decorated, you can actually see where you could put the shelving. If you want higher shelves, say for instance, if you want this to be higher, you could put that here and then you've got that bigger space here. Or if you want this lower, for instance. But we were saying last night, this really is a storage unit for so many reasons. Obviously we're looking at it for craft.
Yes.
Because we are crafters, but you can also look at it for in the bathroom as well, which I think would be really quite lovely for putting toiletries on if you wanted to, but also bedrooms, I think, for your perfumes, for, well, anything that we have on our dressing tables
Exactly.
and things like
I think
that.
it'd be great in bedrooms, actually.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think it's fantastic, yeah. Depending, obviously, on how you decorate it, what you do with it is dependent on where you want to put it. So really good storage unit. I think it's quite tall as well, isn't it?
In fact, if I remember rightly, the size is 425 by 300? We'll just get that checked. I know it's 300 millimetres
Well remembered,
wide.
if you've remembered that from last night.
Sorry? I have got it right.
You
I'm
have?
really good at remembering all these facts, you see.
Well done. Now, I thought that suggestion of yours last night, if this was going in the craft room or the office, of course, having a coaster inset in here was fantastic.
I just think, yes, I've got to, if I'm crafting at home, if I'm putting samples together for shows or anything, I tend not to eat a lot, but I do drink lots of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've always got to have somewhere to put my cup. So I think, because you've got a lovely surface there to decorate, you've got plenty of room, but you can really make that as a useful space, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, fantastic. And I think also if it was in a bedroom or anywhere like that, or even the lounge, depending on the decor, the home decor and everything, you could also place something on there. So you could have a vase or an ornament or anything like that. So it's a really good sturdy unit.
Yeah.
The other thing that I suggested was if you wanted it to actually turn around, you could put that on a Lazy Susan.
Of course, yeah.
Which would be quite safe and great. Leonie said this morning not to spin it too quickly though, because
no, don't play carousels with it.
And then of course we've got this, which is, I think it's a super piece of kit. And again, we've decorated it quite pretty, obviously in the pinks, the roses and everything, but this could be just as masculine. We could put it in an office space as well. Children's rooms. Students' accommodation as well on their desk for when they go back in September, October.
Yeah, I do like that
Again,
idea,
we're not
actually.
just talking craft, are we? And really, if you've got an office space in your work, you know, we didn't think of that, did we, last night? Because you could take this to your work office space if you have a dedicated desk.
Exactly.
You could put that on and put all your bits and pieces in. And what was really useful is we did have a lady, was it Christine, that rang in, emailed in, what size space was this? I think that was on the
8 o'clock show.
It was on the 8 o'clock show, and it was a brilliant idea to ring in, because she said, was this space here 6 by 6, so put your 6 by 6 pads in?
Oh,
and
right.
it is, it's that little bit more.
Perfect. Even better then.
So you could actually put your 6 by 6 paper pads in.
Yeah.
Obviously your notebooks and or your tools, your pens in here, magazines, papers, ongoing projects in here. Fabulous. And I think the two of those together for that price is
It is an
phenomenal.
incredible price, actually.
Yeah.
And all you need is wood glue or some sort of strong glue.
Yes, yeah.
No fixings. You don't need to be screwing anything together, getting your hammers and nails out.
Not at all.
Just glue. Everything pops together for you. 788 310. That's the item number. And over a third of the stock has gone at the one-day special. But we do have much more in the way of storage for you.
Yes.
Now then, we're going to give you a quick rundown of everything else we've got, because there's a big bundle coming in. So hold your horses as we go through the individuals just for a little while. So this one here, we've got a 12 by 12 stacking paper trays, and we've also got a converter, so you can attach A4 on the top. You're getting the whole thing here, aren't you, Jo?
You are getting what you can see.
Yeah.
So everything that you see here is everything that's going to come in the package. So you can see all the pieces in front of you there. So basically what this is, and it's really clever, and you know, we were saying that we hadn't seen this idea before. That's only us personally. There may be something out there that's very similar, but as yet I hadn't seen anything, and neither had Hayley actually, which was interesting.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I am wondering if this is a first, but we don't know. Now what this is, so you've got your 12 by 12s here, so you've got your 3 that isn't stuck, and that isn't stuck either. So we've done that so that we can make that up in a demonstration. But you can see here, you've got your 12 by 12 stacking trays here, and they're very generous as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then so this one isn't decorated, but we've got these two decorated, as you can see. And then what we have in the kit is this tray here, which fits on top. This one obviously goes in here.
I'll just
like
pop this
so.
down a minute.
Yep, no problem, sorry. There we go.
Right.
We need to fix this in, because it's every time we pick it up it keeps falling apart, purely because we haven't glued it. So it will do, won't it?
It will do. Of course, when you get these home,
you are going to glue it.
do a dry run and then glue it. Oops.
Yeah, no. Okay,
I'm
just
not
leave it
touching
alone now,
anything.
Catherine. Leave it alone. So that's basically what would happen is this is the conversion from the 12 by 12 to the A4, and then if we lift this up, but maybe not put it on the top of it just this minute, right? This bottom tray here then sits on top of this one and then converts it into the stacking of the A4s, all right? So if we just put that down there for the time being.
Okay, I'm not touching anything else. 24.85. No, seriously though, you will glue yours together. Of course, these haven't been glued. Simply
Only the conversions, because we
Yes.
were actually going to use them as a demonstration. And what we'll do is we will do these and fix them and decorate them up, because they keep falling apart. These are all fixed. These are all fixed beautifully. But the concept of having a conversion plate, because basically all you're using now is you're only using that 12 by 12 space on your craft table or whatever you're using in your craft space.
Wonderful.
So then we can build up, and obviously because these are then stackable higher than this, you can then stack on top of that as well.
Wonderful. Well, just 24.85. That carries a £4 saving on this item. 903361. I'm sure we'll see that again throughout the day. We might even be gluing that together and decorating it. You never know. Approaching half of the stock now gone. Now moving down again, we've got a pair here in this next item. Now these are lovely because you've got your ink or your it's not just for ink, is it? You've got all sorts of little bottles that can be stored in this one. And this one you can store your blending tools, because you can slot the handles into, if I just tip that up so you can see the slots there.
So you've got single ones on the top here, and then you've got double ones here.
Yeah.
So you've got your notch in there, so you pop one through there, and then you've got another one here so that you can put another one in if you wanted to. So basically you've got double, and then single. So you've got a lot of room.
There is a lot of room, isn't there?
What we've done is I've partially sort of done something with this so that we can continue with it with a little bit of ink and maybe a bit of stenciling on top, and I've done it like a shabby chic type idea. So we've got the purple underneath and decorated it like that. So again, another little idea for decorating, but fantastic buy, these two together for that price.
Yes, great price. £10.90 new today, 102820. And just very quickly, just to let you know, if you've got things like the liquid pearls, you put them lid side down so the nozzle is facing down, so they're already primed as they sat in the storage container there. You don't put the bottle base into the holes.
No, you actually face it down. So all your glues, as long as you've got the top on, obviously, all your glues, your things like your stickles, your liquid pearls, all those sort of things that have got that little nozzle on.
Lovely.
Pop them in, no problem at all.
Now, moving down again, we've got another item. Now, this is lovely. You're getting two trays here. Now, I know this one's not glued.
No, it is. This one is.
It's what, sorry?
This one is.
It is what?
Oh, it's not glued together, but individually they're glued. They're fixed.
No?
Oh,
yes, no, I know.
Oh, I thought you meant it was going to fall apart in your hand.
No, I know I could safely separate these two.
You can.
You're getting both of them in the one item number. Now, I just wanted to show that you've got two stacking trays in that one item number there, and yes, they have been decorated, but then they're meant to stack together, so you can go for more than one option here and continue to stack, of course. Just £9.95 for this one, 142875. Now, you can store your inks in here, various bits and pieces again.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I just tip that up, you can see slightly larger holes in this one. So a great storage piece once again. There we go. 142875, that's the item number for that one. But we're going to move down because I need to get to this big bundle that we're coming up to.
Definitely.
One final individual first of all. Now, this is another desk tidy. Here we can see slightly different to the other one because you haven't got the shelves or the pen holders. You've got the 4 slots there, so great for keeping your files in there, for keeping your magazines, again, your A4. Maybe keep your dies on magnetic sheets and you could store those in there as well. Certainly not just for the crafter. This could be used for all sorts of reasons. I suggested last night as well, maybe if you're into baking and your cooking, keep it in your kitchen, decorate it up, keep it in your kitchen, keep your cookbooks in there as well, the ones that you use the most often. £11.95 for this one, and a quarter of the stock gone. Item number 029552.
And this is what Hayley did. Now, I never even thought of doing this.
I know what you're going to do. I never thought of that last night.
Never thought of that at all.
Clever.
Now, I think that looks absolutely stunning.
You could have it that way on.
Of course you can. And I think we just generally thought it stands up, this is what it does, but you could have it that way on, which looks equally as lovely.
It does actually. The only thing I would say is whatever you're going to decorate with, make that decision how you're going to lay it before you decorate it, in case it's a directional paper.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Now then,
right.
what we're going to do now is tell you about the big bundle. if you like the individuals, just wait until you hear this one. I'm going to stay here with this desk tidy.
And I'm going to
send
move
Jo
here.
down the counter a little way. She's gone so far she can hardly hear me anymore.
There we go.
Now then, we're going to bring this as another shot for you, because what you're getting in the big bundle is everything from where I am, including the piece that I've got, right the way through down to the piece that Jo is touching, which is the other desk tidy. So this and everything in between, and also what Jo is touching there, all part of the big bundle. This is where the value is. You're saving £18 here. You're going to get everything for £59.95. That is just amazing value there. 949046. We were so busy on this last night. We actually sold out in, I think, the first 15 minutes or so. So the stock is now an extended delivery, shipped from the 14th of August. Not long to wait at all. Just think of the fun you're going to have decorating these, and then think of how many of those crafty items are going to be stored away beautifully. Now you've got flexi-buy option on this one as well. 2 payments of £29.98. Item number 949046. Now, before we go to demonstration, I think Mark's there ready and waiting, we're going to tell you about the deal of the day as well. Now, this is a great one. This launched this morning at 7 o'clock. Oh, these are fabulous. The Quickie Glue Pen's been around for many years, and I'm sure most of you have at least tried these out a number of times. Here's your chance to get hold of them at a really good price. You're going to get 4 of them for just £9.98. That's a saving of £10 and 2 pence. Item number 771231. Around until 7 o'clock tomorrow, as long as stocks last, of course. Right, lovely stuff. We've got Mark here. Mark, you're going to do the first demonstration.
I am,
so
yes,
you're the builder, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're here to save the day with the glue.
I'm the construction worker, and yes, I've just done a little repair on the other ones. So I've done one, so there's another one still to do. But yeah.
Oh no, was it that bad? Oh, it's not just come apart from the joint, hasn't it?
It has, yes, yes. No, purely for the fact that it hasn't been glued.
Lovely. What we're going to do here then,
but
Mark?
your Lasersmith, what we're going to do is the desk tidy, which you saw just down the counter there.
This is the one from the 1 day special, of course, or the big bundle. You get it in both, but to make it simple so you realise which one it is, the 1 day special one with the separate compartments.
Yeah. So and the nice thing with Lasersmith is as well is you do get a diagram, a pictorial or picture diagram, which is fantastic.
It's very clear, actually, isn't it?
And you haven't
exactly
got a lot of
paper,
a lot of words to read through before you start constructing your item. So that's fantastic.
Wonderful. Do I need to leave that there, Matt? Do you need to follow that? Are you all right?
No, I think I'm all right. Yes.
I trust you. Come on, let's get on with it.
So you get a vacuum packed. It'll come all vacuum packed. So it's just a case of taking it all out and just checking that you've got all your bits.
Okay.
And it is advisable, of course, to do a dry run before you start getting your glue out. And also, so you're going to get all your bits checked off. And also, if you have a little stipple brush or just a dry paint brush, and just because with them being CNC cut, there is obviously a slight bit of dust in there. So either just a quick blowout or a quick dust on there just removes the excess dust.
Okay. The only reason Mark's mentioning that is because there's different ways of cutting MDF. Obviously, we're aware of laser cutting, which you see the burnt edge. This is a different way of cutting, so it's a more. You do get more dust. It is simple. Nothing needs sanding down. These have been perfectly cut, but just make sure that those joints are nice and clean, just to avoid any sticking as you put things together.
And they do have. They do have a little bit of an excess in the length of the cut as well, which allows you to place them in and just to jiggle them about so they can all slot in together. I mean, to be fair, this is the most challenging one that you're ever going to buy, but it is doable without a doubt, not a problem. And the way I've found it, or the easiest route I've found it to do, is to assemble it as I'm going to show you. Standing up and going across. Now there's just one section that you need to be aware of, which is the front section. I don't know if you can see it on
I'll bring that in actually.
Yeah.
There we go. I see.
Is
yes.
this section here?
Yeah.
Okay, because it just sits in one, but in the next one it goes in a little bit further, so that one of the cutouts is a little bit deeper than the other side.
Oh, I see.
So if you just make sure that you get that in the right way round, because it'll just offset the next bit that,
Right.
that you're clicking in together. Okay, so that'll click in first, and then you start putting your side panels up. Now, as I say, a quick blowout with the excess dust all on those, and it's just a case of slotting those together. And,
Wonderful.
and then we have the trays, of course, for your section down there.
Yes, and remember the trays will actually fit 6 by 6s. Maybe you've got little journals or albums that you want to pop in there. You can just put anything you want, really. Maybe even making backgrounds, and you want to store them somewhere so they're ready to go when you want to stamp on them or something like that.
And
so they hold quite well on their own without
yeah, they
the
do.
side on
And I mean,
them,
and
you
obviously
put it
after you've done the dry run, when you start putting your glue in there, it is going to hold it a little bit more firmer, which is going to make it easier when you're slotting the last section in. And the top section, which is this section here that you're going to put your pens into possibly and such like, is obviously a double section. So it's easier that if you just slot those together first before you put them together in your unit, because they'll slot together all first.
Lovely.
So as I say, it is definitely a two-handed job before you get this one just slotted in, and then it's just a case of.
Now this is where you may need a helping hand. It is manageable on your own, but you've just got to wiggle things a little bit, make sure nothing drops out as you're just positioning.
It's just a case of getting them positioned up. We'll get right there. Just a second. I seem to have dropped out of one.
Don't need to hold this side.
Yeah, if you
now.
just take that down and get the bottom one in first. Oh, it's come out of this. It's come out that side, that's why.
There we go. That's it. I can see that wiggle room now. You can just sort of move things backwards and forwards a little bit, can't you?
Yeah. As I say, it with the help of a little bit of glue on there as well.
Of course, that's going to hold. Yeah.
It is going to hold it just a little bit more for you to get them positioned right.
Okay.
Before you get this the next bit joined up. So I just need to pop that in there. And so just that one.
Almost there. There we go. There we are. Where we are.
And the
Okay,
second,
lovely.
Last section, just at the top.
Now, would an elastic band be a good idea when you've glued around this mark?
Yeah, I mean, what I'd do is when you've got it all assembled together and it's all glued up, then an elastic band is going to help. Just stick them together while you're waiting for the glue to dry. Just seem to have got a little bit out there.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're in that section there, and it's just a case of then, as you're holding it together, just to ease the back section in, and that's going to click into place. As you can hear it clicking in.
There we go.
And assemble it all together.
Lovely, lovely stuff.
And as I say, so when you've got that all together, instead of so while you're standing there, if you just get a nice strong elastic band or 2 or 3 elastic bands, that's going to just pop it round there and just keep it in place. while you go away and finish your cup of tea.
Lovely. Then when it's dried, of course, you can decorate away to your heart's content. There you go. So part of the one-day special. This is just one of the items from the one-day special, £23.90, saving £8. Item number 788310. Now we're going to let Janice tell us all about our Freedom Club.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot. It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Yes, welcome back. Now, busy again across the board here, so we're going to give you another recap of the items, starting with the one-day special. Of course, we did see Mark just building together the desk tidy. You're also going to get the round shelving storage. Now, this one is part made. Jo's been decorating it throughout the demonstration. She's going to continue on with this one as well. So you can decorate with so many different mediums. Jo's been using rice paper here, but any papers, paints, if you want to stencil, stamp, chalk paint, you know, there's so many reasons for getting these and having the fun to decorate them, but then of course they are so useful. Substantial pieces that are going to last and last and last. They're not items that are meant to be moved around and taken out and just used for a short period of time. These are meant to stay. Now you've got item number 788310 there for both of these items. The one-day special, new of course, launching last night, a saving of £8, just £23.90. Now 40% of the stock has gone, so we've been busy, as I say, across the board because we've got much more on the show as well. I was having a little bit of a look at this when Mark was demonstrating, actually, and with Jo suggesting you could turn the other one its side, I did think at first, would this work? And then I thought, maybe not. But then actually, perhaps if you're into your painting, you've got lots of paint brushes and tools, it would work well because those shelves would work then for storing all your different size brushes. Again, you can slot your A4 in the other way around, put your little ink pads or bottles in the bottom there as well. So once again, I do think this one could be used either way up. Just another little thing to throw in there, just in case you want to use them for different purposes, of course. Now, moving down, this has been a busy one, actually. I'm not going to take it apart this time because we did do that earlier. We'll just describe how this works. This is very clever because you've not just got the benefit of 12 by 12, you've got A4 storage as well, all in one piece, because you're getting the converter. This is the area here in the centre that's not yet been decorated. It's been left unglued and undecorated purposely so it can be worked on, possibly in one of the demonstrations today. Now, with the converter, of course, you're going to stack the A4 on top there, and you can see that there's notches also included in the top here as well, so you could possibly extend on the height of that with the A4 trays as well. £24.85 is the price for this bundle. It carries a saving of £4 and it's item number 903361. Half of the stock of this one as an individual has now gone as well. Keep an eye out for that big bundle, of course. Now, moving down again, You've actually got 2 in one item here. Now you're getting both of these. One of them, this one here, if I just tip this forward so you can see, you've got the holes in the top there. This one is made to fit those smaller bottles, something like your liquid pearls, your stickles. We see the Ranger stickles, don't we, in those distress colours as well. All those sorts of size of bottles. Pop them in so they are nozzled down. That means that whatever's inside is going to be sat in the nozzle there. It saves you having to prime the nozzles before you use them, keeps the air out of the nozzles, stores them perfectly. Just make sure the lids are screwed on properly, of course, before you store them, and it's going to hold an awful lot of those bottles. This one here is for your blending tools. So if you think about the shape of the handles on the blending tools, you can store them easily by slotting them in. The top tier here will hold 1, and the middle and the bottom tier you can actually store 2 in each slot. If I just take that forward again, you can see the little cutout there where the second one's going to go. The first one goes to about, the second one goes to there, of course. So that's going to hold an awful lot of blending tools for you. Just £10.90 is the price for both of these, 102820, and again, you can decorate them in any which way. Now, moving down, we've got 2 items again in this one, but they build into one unit. Now, I'm just going to separate this to show you. This one has been decorated already, but you're going to get the 2 trays that stack together. So if you wanted to go for more than one option, you can of course increase the height of this one as well, because you've got those notches there ready to keep stacking. £9.95 is the price for both of these, the stacking ink bottle trays, and the item number is 142875. Now we've another desk tidy to show you. Just a reminder, slightly different version to the one in the one day special. So you've got the 3 different slots here. This one could easily be used either way up, depending on how you want to put your files, your dies, whatever else you want to store in there. I do think if you've got favourite dies on the magnetic sheets, great to slot these in here and keep them to hand. £11.95 for this one. Item number 029552. Now that big bundle, let's remind you of that. This is where the value really is. Now then, if you look at what I've got here, we've got the desk tidy here, and I'm going to walk. Oh, I think Jo's to hand actually. I'm going to wave at her. Hi, Jo. Right, wherever Jo is on the counter, and she's got a hand on top of the other desk tidy. It includes the one I've got. Everything down to Jo, including the item that Jo is touching as well. So you're going to get both desk tidies. You're going to get the stacker with the 12 and A4. You're going to get the 2 stands, and you're going to get the ink tray as well. Incredible value, and a quarter of the stock has now gone. Remember though, we were so busy on this last night, we sold out very quickly in the first hour, so it's extended delivery stock, not long to wait. That stock's going quickly as well, and you've got flexi buy as well, 2 payments of £29.98, item number 949046. Now we're going to take you over to the website because there is more to see as well. You may have noticed 1 or 2 items dotted around at the back of me in the studio as well. Do look on the website for other items we've not shown you, and you can go for the individuals, of course, for all of the items that we have shown you. But the value is in that big bundle, and of course the one day special as well. Reviews on some of these items that we've not shown you, I can see there as well, including the A4 paper storage with 7 trays and the 12 by 12 paper storage with 7 trays as well. They're great pieces, great value, wonderful items to decorate up as well, because you've got lots of room to be very artistic with those.
Right, okay. Super pieces, aren't they?
They
really,
are.
Really great.
Are we continuing on with this one,
we are
Jo?
continuing
Lovely.
on with this one, and we're going to do a little bit of painting, and stenciling. Now, so basically, just to recap, I will do a little bit more of this, the rice paper bit later on, but just to show you, I've actually, we went over the whole thing with some gesso. I say we, I can't remember if it was actually me or Mark, so I'll say it was Mark. Yeah, okay. Right, so I've put together, obviously, glued and all finished off. Over with gesso. The reason why we went over with gesso was because I knew that I wanted to use this rice paper.
Okay.
All right. Now, if I was going to be using a 12 by 12 paper like we've done on the file unit, okay, you wouldn't have needed to gesso.
No.
The only reason I did that was because I wanted the true colour of the rice paper coming through.
Okay.
All right, so if I'd have gone in and not made it a neutral colour like the white, it would have had that beige tinge, which wouldn't have been a problem, but I wanted it to be the true colour,
Yep.
so that's why we
Good
did it.
tip.
So I do want to, that's why I wanted to let you know about that one.
Okay.
Now, this middle shelf, So we've put the rice papers on last night, and this middle shelf has actually been now painted again on top, so that I've gone right to the edges to make sure it's all neat and tidy. This is going to be a piece of furniture. This is not just, well, in your craft room or wherever you're going to put it. So what we don't want is, we want it to be finished to the absolute, the finesse of it, really. So everything needs to be just right. Okay, so that's all nicely covered there. So this was the rice paper. It is a cannonball rice paper, which, as you know, it is one of my papers of choice when it comes to rice paper. Right, so now what I've done is, okay, I've mixed up a little bit of chalk paint and a little bit of vintage photo ink, distress ink. So what I've got is, I've got sort of a very, very light beigey colour going on, which is what I want. I'm going to dry brush. I'm actually going to dry brush over, so I want to get it the right colour. That's why I've got it put a bit more on top of it. But I'm mixing that all in. Now, that is a little tip for if you are just dry brushing over something, you don't want to go out and buy a whole pot. I mean, obviously tester pots are fantastic. They're brilliant to have in, especially if you like doing this sort of thing, because they're great. But if you haven't got the colour that you want, and you think that you, obviously, whether you're just distress inks, you've got loads of colours, haven't you?
Of course you have,
so choose that, just a standard colour in a chalk paint, and then just take a little bit of it, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to dry brush inside here. I don't want to actually take all the white away, because I quite like that, and there is some white, a little bit of white in the rice paper as well. Okay, do you want to tip it?
I'm just going to tip it. And I know,
no,
Jo,
please,
I don't want to
no, please don't. No, don't. It's fine.
Are you all right
Absolutely fine. No problem. You carry on. Yeah. All right. So
that's it.
Just doing. So can you see that colour's really gone in with that rice paper?
That works
so well.
Actually,
it does
Jo.
work well, doesn't it? And then we'll just tickle that on the edges. I thought what you said last night about putting some lace on the edges, if it was, say, going in a bedroom, would look really lovely, wouldn't it?
Especially with the vintage papers.
Yes,
as well.
exactly. So that would, I'll just put tiny bit more on. I don't want to cover it all. I do want it to look, sort of a little bit shabby, with a chic part of it as well. And then what I'm going to do is just blast that with my my heat tool.
Okay.
All right, because I want to then stencil over it. Just give you a bit of an idea about an idea. Now, what you need to remember is these are shelves, so these are going to have something actually placed on them.
Yeah.
So if we went in with a stencil with paste, obviously that's going to make it uneven.
Of course.
All right, we can do that on the top.
Yeah.
I might do that later. It might be
So
really
I love
lovely.
that idea, 'cause you've got a good surface there. It's 30 centimetres or 300 millimetres in diameter, so really good space to make a feature of the top.
Really, yeah, you could really make a feature of it. So that's dried already, because it was chalk paint and.
Our Emily's got a good idea.
Oh, please.
Yes, if you use it for your makeup, you could mount a mirror on top.
Oh, now that is a good idea.
It is, isn't it?
No, that's terrific. Thank you, Emily. That's another really useful one, actually. That's good to know, that one. Because we didn't think of that one, did we?
We didn't actually, no.
But you can still decorate it, couldn't you? And then put your mirror on
you
the
could
top.
decorate your mirror as well. Maybe get a mirror with a wooden frame and you mount it into the centre there, decorate the whole thing. You could also have 3D elements coming out of the top, couldn't you? I'm just thinking back to those gorgeous butterflies again yesterday that we had on. Oh, they were beautiful. You could maybe have a little bit of wire so they look like they're flying out.
You could?
Yeah, I was shopping yesterday.
Oh,
I did quite a lot
you
of
was
shopping
really
yesterday.
shopping. You did do a lot of shopping, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The call centre ladies know Catherine really well now. They say, "Oh, Catherine, you come up for a cup of tea." No, come to
They
order
say to me,
something.
they don't say, "Hello, what do you want, Catherine,
No.
today?" They say, "What don't you want today?"
Right, so I've chosen this stencil because I thought it really pretty. It's one of Melina's that we've had on just recently, actually, and I thought it would be quite nice to feature
very
that
delicate,
one.
isn't it?
It is delicate, and it's not going to take away from also having that colour underneath. Now, the colour I've chosen to actually stencil through on is Bundle Sage. Now, I did think about putting the vintage photo on top, because obviously I'd mix the vintage photo with the white chalk paint. It made more of a creamy beige colour. So I could have put the vintage photo on top, but then I really looked into the papers again and noticed there was a nice bit of a very, very pale green.
There is,
isn't there? And I thought that would be really nice if I picked that out.
Yeah, it's
So,
worth
can you
doing that,
see?
really studying the paper.
Yeah,
and picking
I like
out
to do that.
Maybe the colour that you least see is the one to sort of balance
exactly.
it with.
I'm pleased you've said that, because that's exactly what you want to be doing, because then that colour is going to pop.
It is, isn't it?
It is. So
now,
there we
don't
go.
forget, this is part of the one-day special. I'm just going to grab the other unit as well, because the other item that you're getting, all under the one price and one item number, is this. Now, it's a great piece of storage, this one, the desk tidy. You've got little shelves there for your 6x6s, your notebooks, your bits of paper. You've got your A4 slot there as well. If you want to put separate pieces in, or magazines or books, you certainly can do. You've also got the openings at the top, which are great for your tools or your pens. Maybe you've got alcohol pens. Maybe you do what I do, and you do air dry clay. You've got those tools for air dry clay as well. They could go in there.
That'd be lovely.
Would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And even maybe little plastic boxes that you know use for storing your glitters or your little cutters in would sit on some of those shelves.
But I was
as well.
saying that's right as well. Some of us aren't lucky enough to have a dedicated craft area.
No, we know.
So if you work on a dining table or the kitchen table or whatever tables around, this would be ideal to just keep your very, very basic stuff in that you know that you want to use each and every time. So you can put that away, maybe in another cupboard behind the settee or wherever we've got a space to hide it, and then just bring that out, pop it on the table, and you're ready to go.
I've had an idea, Jo.
Oh, go on then.
Do you know what would be really good? If you've got room.
Yeah.
If you went for 2 of these, or if you were going for the one-day special and the big bundle, because you're going to get another one of these in there, aren't you? Or you're going for 2 one-day specials because you want 2 of these and 2 of these. If you were to put, I'm just going to pick one side up. If you had 2 of them,
this is going to be
like
good.
that,
I can feel it.
Well, I hope so, because I'm putting enough effort in there. Oh, we'll use this one instead. In fact,
we'll
go
pretend
with both
that
of these,
one, because that's actually a similar size, isn't it?
Exactly. If you've got room and put them against a wall and you just get a little bit of doweling, drill through and just glue into the sides there, you could have all your ribbons in the centre.
You could.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Is that a good idea?
No, I think it could be a good idea.
Or tape, or your washi tape.
Washi tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
So you could extend on these with just little simple little bits of alterations.
Yeah. You could have a whole room full of these, couldn't you, Catherine? You can see this going. This is what
have
we're
a whole
going to
room
see
full of
this
these,
in
Jo.
your caravan, aren't we?
Do you know, they would be perfect for my worktops in my
They would
craft
actually, wouldn't they?
Just the right size.
So, there we go, look.
Lovely.
What do you
looks
think?
really, really effective, actually. Can we just take that up a little bit,
please
Jo?
do, because you
Isn't
need
that
to...
pretty? Doesn't
Subtle.
that look nice?
It's still subtle, because I want the paper to do the talking, really, because that's what the prettiness of it is. And by the way, if anybody's noticed that there is some print that's the other way around, it's because that is the paper, okay? That's not just me not doing it correct on the right way round. I did purposely choose a non-directional print it's everywhere, so that we didn't have to really mindlessly think about where we was going to be placing it. Also, that means you're not wasting any paper.
Of course it does, and you can use this either way up. If you flip it the other way, it makes no difference. You've still got the same shelves. You've still got the top and the bottom are exactly the same, so it works every way up. I wouldn't suggest putting this one on its side though, Jo, because this one might roll away.
No, I think it definitely would roll off. Yeah. So, would you like me to put a little bit of rice paper back on as well?
You can carry on. Yes,
we'll put a little bit more on. So, I think we all agree that that's quite subtle enough just to make it pop, but of course that's still flat.
Yeah.
Now what I would do is I would leave that to dry or force it dry, and then once it's actually dry, then I would put a matte varnish over the top, or gloss varnish, whichever your choice. I would personally put matte because I think it all goes with the actual idea of it all. Now we've got in it obviously lots of areas that we didn't cover last night, so what I will do is I'll just put my lid on that ink. Just bear with me 1 second.
We've had a question in actually, Jo,
super,
from
lovely.
a lady called Christine, and Christine's asking about the A4 trays.
Yes,
now,
the conversion.
We've got different ones. We've got the conversion one, and we've also got the A4 that stacks as well. We didn't actually see it on preview, but it's on the website. We'll see if we can get that brought in, because this is another item that you can find, as I say, on the website. And these stack together if you want to go for more than one option, don't they?
Yes, they do. Now, these do. The 12 by 12 doesn't, that is in the actual sealed unit, as I call it.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, because it distinguishes between the two lots.
Yeah.
The ones that we've got on the counter that are in the bundle and you can buy separately and with the conversion stack.
Yeah.
And then they come off if you want.
Okay,
But this has got a sealed sides.
Christine's question is about paper and folders, actually.
Right.
Is it just for paper, or could you put folders in there? Now, I'm not sure what sort of folders Christine's on about, whether it's the lever arch, that would be no, but folders of dies, I think, with what you said last night, there's a good possibility.
Yeah, I would
think
think
you've got spare room, isn't there?
That's right. I mean, obviously it depends on
Let me just
how
tip this up so you can
big
see.
the folder is, but generally folders are an A4 and just that tad more.
Yeah.
Now, you can see this paper here is an A4 piece of paper. So either side, you can see there's that slight gap.
You've got
these
a good
have
centimetre
actually,
either
that's
side
right.
there.
These have actually been made. These and the stackable ones, and also the 12 by 12 have been made so that you have got room either side, and also obviously you've got that nice area there just to pull them out.
Yeah.
But it obviously
Christine,
depends on the size.
We'll call
it's
it,
difficult.
you've got A4 plus. There's definitely a good centimetre at both sides there, so a good 20 mil in the width of this to allow extra for your folders. So if you measure your folders and compare it against your A4 paper, if you've got 20 mil, they should go in no problem.
Yeah, because there is that bit of room, and
Yes.
that's what I look at storage.
Yeah,
I've had it in the
course.
past when I've bought, when we're not quite so savvy about what we're buying, when we first set out. It's great. So you find an A4 storage, that's fantastic, no problem. But it is literally A4. You've got one piece of card and you put that in and it's just touching the edges. The trouble is, you've got some, then you've got quite a stack.
Yeah.
And they are touching the edges. They are going to slightly damage
you're
over
going to
time.
get the corners knocked as well, aren't you, pulling them in and out.
So that's actually been really
Good
well
question,
thought
that
of.
one,
It is.
Christine.
Thank
Worth
you,
asking.
Christine. Appreciate that.
All questions worth asking. So if you've got any more, studio@hochanda.com.
Like
Do let us know.
questions.
There's more shows. If we don't get to them this show, hopefully we'll get to them in one of the other
definitely.
shows as well, because there's 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock still to come. Details still on the screen for the one-day special. Been busy again this hour for the one-day special. Joe's going to continue on the round shelving storage unit that we've got right here. And, of course, you are getting the desk tidy there with those separate compartments and the little shelves in them. All for a price of $23.90. Great saving of £8, 788-310. Do you know, I'd love to know if you've already bought or you're considering buying today, what way would you decorate? Have you decided what sort of theme you'd go with, what materials you'd use? We like to inspire each other. It works both ways, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely does. And we get inspired.
Exactly.
We genuinely do. It doesn't matter how long you've been crafting. I learn something new every single day.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times I come into the studio, I see something and think, now that's clever. Now, you see, we've got Ali in. Fabrics.
Yes,
There's
of
no
course.
reason why you couldn't decorate any of these objects with fabric.
Oh, I've got another idea now you said that. You see, the top, that you could pad that out a little bit as well, and you could have a pin cushion on the top, in the centre. Couldn't you? You could have...
Jumping off each other,
You could
aren't
do
we?
us.
Brilliant.
You could maybe put little hooks, screw little hooks in and hang, for your crafting, if you've got... ink pads and things like that, and you do it with your test swatches.
Yes,
put some little hooks in the top and hang your swatches from there as well.
Yeah, quite easily.
So they're there to hand.
You see, this is excellent 6mm
Yes.
MDF. We're not talking flimsy bits of MDF. So if you put a hook or drilled anything or got whatever tool that you need, that's not my area, of actually making holes and things like that. Do you know what I mean? I know you are very, very good at your handy and all that.
I'd do
sort
a
of
little
thing.
pilot hole with a very fine drill and
There you
then
go.
screw one of those little
There you
hooks
go.
in.
A pilot hole. It's a pilot hole. There you go.
I'm right, aren't I, Mark?
Is that right, Mark? There you go. So, but there's so many things. Now, I was thinking also, this would be lovely in a nursery.
Do you know, that's another good idea.
Yeah, so I thought about that last night. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I've no idea. But in a nursery with the nursery colours, and then you could put obviously the bits and pieces that you need for when you clean your baby and things like that. So yeah, another idea there. Now, what we're doing here is I'm just showing you. I know I did this last night, and we're just continuing on. And I'm just going to do a little bit more here, just for a few more minutes, for those that didn't see it. The best way of actually measuring your space here for doing the rice paper is to actually pop the rice paper into the area that you're going to actually want to decorate. Okay, so I'll pop that in, and then I'm just going along the edge with the edge of my scissors, not cutting it, I'm just making a little bit of a score line here. So it's right at the edge of the other side. I'm just scoring there, and then just on this very edge, just do a little crease. All right, and then we're going to take that off. Wonderful. And then what we've got is we've got an automatic. Can I just pop that there a second?
Of course.
We've got an automatic. Where's my scissors gone? A piece here that I can literally just cut off here. And as we were saying last night, normally I do actually wet my rice papers and pull them apart like that, but not on this occasion when I'm fitting it in and I want it exact.
Okay.
All right.
Now, I'm sure I've heard our Emily just come up with another good suggestion.
Oh, have
Did
you?
Emily
Lovely.
just say, what about in the kitchen to put your spices on? That would work well.
Now that's
Yeah.
super one, because again,
she's getting so clever, you know.
Yeah, that is a lovely one. And also Hayley said about the file system here.
Yeah.
Putting it in your kitchen for your mail, because how many times do we go?
Actually.
We just put the mail on the side, and it sort of like grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, I put it behind my biscuit barrel,
You
which
put it
has
behind
never
your
got any
biscuit,
biscuits
right,
in.
But it's got lots.
Because I'm never there. I just come in, put the mail there, and go off again.
Yeah. Would you just open that for me, Dan? Sorry.
What if I can't do it this time?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I will.
I opened it last night. It's just that I don't. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you. Sorry. I'm a bit of a weedy today, aren't I, really?
That was on quite tight, I've got to say.
Was it on quite tight?
It was.
Oh.
I think if you soak
That
the
was
lid in boiling water, look,
Yeah.
hot water
yeah,
to release
yeah.
it. It's very
It's because
taped
I'm
up with
nearly at the
glue.
bottom of my pot here, so I think that's what it is.
It's a good tip that to get your lids off when they, I have to do it quite a lot myself. When your lids get stuck on, the glue goes a bit crusty and it
Yeah, that's what we do with
put it in a
Paratex.
cup upside down with some hot water and it softens it and then you can take them off again.
Yeah. Great idea.
You probably already know that, but just in case.
Yes, but you never know. There we go.
I thought of something else to ask you, Jo. Now it's gone. It was something to do with the storage. Oh, I know what it was.
Yeah.
We had another lovely idea coming by email yesterday. Was it Enid's one? I'm not sure.
Oh,
the lady who
yes.
suggested.
Oh, I thought that was superb.
If you collect miniatures, if you've got Doll's House, you can use this to make little rooms. So it's like an open, instead of a doll's house, that would look amazing,
Yeah,
wouldn't
we were
it?
saying, I mentioned that to Hayley last night. She thought that was fantastic.
That is
idea.
a lovely idea.
If you can't afford a doll's house, but you are doing you're collecting the miniatures, you could actually, like you say, make each compartment a separate room.
You could,
I think it is.
really go
I
to
thought
town.
it was a really super idea. And I know doll's houses are very expensive, aren't they? So you may start collecting the miniatures before you actually start, but you actually can afford to have your doll's house. So
Did you know I've got a doll's house, Jo?
Have you? Oh, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Isn't
It would be if I had time to put it together. This is true.
Yeah.
I bought it.
Oh gosh.
Was it 3 years ago from the NEC? It was expensive. It was a big one.
I don't doubt.
And it was delivered to my unit and it's still stood there.
Is it?
Yeah, and it is gorgeous. It's got balconies, it's got cellars, it's got everything.
Is that your dream house?
Oh, Emily's saying bring it into work. It is massive.
They are huge, aren't
massive.
they? Yeah. That's the other thing you see with that suggestion that Enid made. Not everybody's got the room to actually have the doll's house.
I always wanted one as a little girl, you see.
There
I
we go.
always
So that's
wanted
that
one.
done.
And I did get kind of a very small one. That, in fact, it was a neighbour that made it. I didn't know he'd made it at the time, but he made it and it was wrapped up for Christmas for me.
Oh, bless.
And I treasured it, but I always wanted a stately manor.
You wanted a
Yeah, I wanted a stately manor, which I've now got, but it's just undecorated. It looks more derelict than stately now. Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
But
So-
it will be beautiful one day.
It will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should send it to Enid.
Oh gosh, yes.
Enid would
do it. Yeah, it sounds as if she would be spot on for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got any edges, actually, I don't have on this one because I've got it quite accurate. But if you did, just take some sandpaper and just going. Oh, there's a little tiny bit not. Just going away from you. All right, just nip off those edges because again, that's just the finish, isn't it? And you did see while we were chatting, I actually went over with a protective finish just to make sure the rice paper, because of course it's quite delicate, although as strong as it is, it's delicate when it's wet.
Yeah.
So that will dry off and then that'll be super. You can also go over with a matte varnish or over everything, because then you're going to...
I'm just looking again at the shelf that you stenciled there, Jo. You know, we said about the colour, find a colour that's maybe not that prominent and use that colour to bring the colours together. It really has worked so well because when I looked, I saw the little green leaves, but now you've done that. Yeah, I can see there's an overall background pattern with a very soft green. I didn't even notice that until you did the stencil.
And when you actually bring in another colour, it makes it pop.
It certainly does. That is lovely.
Yeah.
Can you see what I mean? I'm going to point it out. Look, you see, this is the area that Jo has stenciled, and now I'm noticing these areas which I didn't spot before. I was looking at the green on the leaves. But it really has brought that colour out, so it does work very, very well. There we go. So, of course, there is another show coming up later at 1 o'clock, then at 5. We're getting near the end of this one, so we're going to give you a reminder, actually, of our deal of the day, because this could be very, very useful if you want to use some fine areas of glue, a bit of sparkle here and there. You've got the Quickie glue pens here, the Pink Frog Craft Set of 4. You've got the Quickie glue pens, great price, saving £10 and 2 pence here, just £9.98. That's the deal of the day price, available until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, as long as stocks last. Item number 771231.
That's a tremendous price.
It is, isn't it? It is, and they are brilliant pens, those, aren't they?
Yes.
Now, just finally, before the end of the show, we're going to go back to the one-day special. Mark, because we had to send you in, you've been quite quiet over there. I'm going to say to you, why would you go for the one-day special?
It's just the value. It's the quality and the value and the precision engineering of it. And to be fair, it doesn't take that long to fit together.
Marvellous answer. There you go. Well, if you've not been encouraged by now, then do tune in for the other shows. I'm sure we'll convince you, but many of you have been going for these. In fact, it's been busy across the board again. But the one-day special, £23.90 for both of these units, the round shelving storage and the desk tidy. We're approaching half the stock gone on the one-day special. As I say, we've had sellouts on other items and back on extended delivery. 788310 is the item number for both of these, but do take time to browse the website as well, because there are items we've not seen live during this hour as well. There's some fantastic storage ideas, many ways that you can decorate them up, whether you want to theme them, whether you want to do them all individually and make them all look different. It's incredible. Now, Jo, you're back at 1 o'clock again. What's happening at 1?
Right, so Mark's going to do some more construction.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Aren't you? Yes, we'll decide which ones that we're going to do. And and I'm going to do some more decorating. I think I might do the shabby chic effect and maybe a little bit of stenciling on that, so we'll have a look at that.
Wonderful. So do join, of course, Jo and Mark at 1 o'clock. We've got much more to show you in between now and then, of course, so we'll give you the menu in a little while, but it gives me time once again to say thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Jo, I've asked Mark, why would you go for the one-day special?
I would go purely for the quality and value. The value is just, I think, unbelievable.
And if you have got room, would you think it's a good idea to go for 2 one-day specials, or would you personally go for a one-day special on the big bundle so you get one of everything?
You see, I would definitely, knowing what the quality and the price of them individually are, I would go for the bundle and the one-day special, because I can see lots of opportunity for using that round storage system. Definitely.
Yeah. Wonderful. Now, Jo, just before we do go as well, we're going to give another little reminder about the item you're stood next to as well, because the stacking unit, there's various different ones on the website, but this is the one where we've got the 12 by 12 and the converter. The converter's the area that's not been decorated yet in the middle. Then it converts to hold the A4 stacking trays as well. All included in this one item. This has been another busy one. £24.85, £4 saving on this one. Item number 903361. Am I right in thinking, Jo, you can put more A4s on top of this one if you went for the individual A4?
Yeah, you can.
Continue to stack?
if you went for another system of this one, yes, you could stack on top of that one. That one doesn't go on top of that one, but because it's a different type of system.
I see.
But yeah, excellent. On top of this, wherever you've got the notches.
Perfect.
Yep.
So you've got lots and lots of options. Right, okay, chaps, you can go and have a nice cup of tea now. Take a breather. Yes. You don't go anywhere. You can sit right where you are, because we're going to give you the menu any minute now and tell you what else is coming up. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, coming up next, we've got Alice Stitchy Fingers, some lovely products there. Let Leonie loose, of course. Leonie's back in the building. Then it's MDF with Olifanji.
Hi, I'm Paul Church from Clarity Stamp. I've been fortunate enough to turn my hobby into a career and joined Clarity Stamp in January 2016. My background has always been in crafting, and I enjoy making things and sharing things. That's what crafting's all about for me, making things and sharing with others, and also learning all the time. At Clarity Stamp we bring you a wide range of products, from stamps, stencils, groovy and pergamano,